Someone's trying to hog something. Because I put log, but it looks like an 8. And someone's an OG, but someone's trying to cover something up. They don't want to remember. Because that motherfucker is out here too. And I thought I was tripping. Because, oh, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. And I thought he was white, but he's Spanish. And I'm like, it's weird. Because I'm like, bro, I've been homeless out here before already. So you niggas think I'm weird? Because I'm like, okay, so they just know I'm generally a good person. They're just leave the girl alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you play your role, but leave the girl alone type shit. And then it's like the other dude, it's weird. I didn't like. They kept saying like he's from the city, but I didn't peep it. Like you know what I'm saying. I didn't connect the dots. I didn't think about it. Tell me why this time I come back, I see the nigga dead ass across the road. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that don't even make sense though, cause I'm like, and then I thought about it. Once I looked at the nigga, I'm like, oh my god, you did say you're from Brooklyn, and then I didn't realize it till I hop in the car, and I'm like, oh my god, bitch, I forgot why you hop in the car, cause I'm thinking this nigga like, oh, this nigga got a voucher, cause he told me he got a voucher for Connect Mission. New York City and go to Connect Mission and get a voucher and go back like the men. So, because it's like the men's shelter's valid. I'm not even going like it's not the nicest, but like they help you get your shit together, especially like ex criminals, ex drug dealers, like addicts, people in recovery, non-recovery. You know what I'm saying? Like, Connect Mission's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna lie. Of course, they gotta do their buffoonery like everybody else, but yeah. So, I'm also getting like there's an actual mission next year. I don't even notice it. I heard too many informants and too many investigators. Which is weird because I kept saying that. Every time I try to sleep out there, I'm like, why the fuck this is the only place where I only come in contact with police? I would not talk to anybody that was homeless. Like, I refuse to talk to anybody that was homeless except this one motherfucker. And I thought he was police, and then he came off cool as hell. Because I'm like, I swear this nigga's police. I could feel this nigga listen to my thoughts, but he was trying to act like he wasn't. And it was just really weird. Like, it was really weird. Like, I'm saying, he's either the FBI or the CIA. I'm like, this nigga, I'm like, whether he's doing a CIA study or he's working for FBI. You know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. Like, and then but it's weird because I know this nigga. Like, I know this nigga's whole family. So it's just funny that, you know what I'm saying? That I'm like, nah, I'm like, maybe he's not the police. But I'm like, at the same time, them niggas is the police, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? They're not snitches, but they actually have niggas in the police. You know what I'm saying? Police force. And I remember seeing the nigga in kindergarten and never seeing the nigga again. And I only remember that because niggas went to school with this nigga. So it's in school with them, they're just being bad, skateboarding and shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? They just in the park type shit. Connected the dots until he told me his last name. And then I'm like, I thought when you tell the police that you know they're the police, they'll leave you alone. So every time I thought somebody was an investigator, I purposely called them out like, oh, investigator. They don't leave me alone. They keep talking. So I'm like, maybe they aren't. So that's what I tried to do with him, and he didn't go away. So, but they usually do go away, but they don't have to. I'm also getting they don't have to tell you an investigator, but they can and they can't not. Like it's a weird thing. It's like a loophole thing. So like I didn't really think about it, but I was like whatever. So I got something about Say Something by Lil Yachty. Yeah, someone wants to kill their ex. I'm hearing multiple. I heard 3 minimum. 3 to 5, 3 to 6, 3 to 7. Okay. So and then I heard 7, is that you? So yeah, I heard all of them. Anyway. And this is Player. Then it says J Dog. I'm also getting someone plays for something. Like I heard keeps, but like I'm getting like someone plays for something. Like I'm also getting someone's playing dumb because it said J Dog and then it said new/new. I was like, oh, somebody new, like knew something. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that nigga was the feds. Like I asked that nigga like 3 times. Like I asked the nigga before we got high. I asked the nigga while we was getting high. I asked the nigga after we was getting high. You know what I'm saying? I need to know. Like you just watching me buy drugs, going all these, and then it was like I wouldn't even go with the nigga to my spots, but the nigga would put me on the spots, and then that's when I was like, the nigga can't be the police, cause how you know where these traps are at? Like this nigga brought me into a knock knock spot, cause upstate we got knock knock spots, like it's just a trap, but you knock on the door and you get what you need, like you just walk up in that bitch, you know what I'm saying, and then you get what you need, but like it's not like, you know what I'm saying, you wait for the nigga outside, you call somebody going, no, you just straight up go to the door, knock on it, and get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a knock knock spot. And then the nigga even put me on to another knock knock spot in 2 different hoods. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, this nigga can't be the police. I'm like, he too comfortable getting drugs. Was willing to show me. And then I was like, nah. Because I'm like, I feel like this nigga the pro on some foo-foo shit. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go out there by myself. So I called him on FaceTime. I thought it was bullshit. When I got there, I got Moon Rock. First of all, I got Molly there. Next door, they had Moon Rock. The next block they had, no, the next other house next to that had K2 and weed. This thing I had Molly, K2, and weed. So I was like, oh shit. Because he had all my drug of choices. So I thought that was even more weird. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, all right. And this nigga used to be a meth head. Like, you could tell, but, like, he straight up told me he used to be a meth head. So I'm like, okay, good. Like, I'm not just judging the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like judging people, you know what I'm saying? Assuming their drug choices. But it's so obvious sometimes. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just can't hide shit. Like, just like when I was doing coke, I thought it wasn't that obvious. Nigga, I'm looking around bugging, talking so damn much. A lot. If I'm talking more than the fucking max and I talk too damn much as it is, nigga is coke. You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit. But yeah, then, and he even told me he just smokes K2 now. You know what I'm saying? He like crack me. Cause the nigga, I was already smoking K2 and he saw everyone was like, oh, K2. Meanwhile, tell me, right? I went to go get some shit. And like one of the bodega, this is weird, it's like a bodega. It's upstate, right? And I went to go get some K2 slash weed, right? I go to niggas, tell me why this nigga walks in and follows me. But this nigga was not outside. Bro, there was nowhere this nigga came from. Like, this nigga deadass, like, teleported. Like, this nigga just pushed a button and appeared in the store. I swear to God. And then the nigga came in the store and walked in so fast, I knew he was bullies. I'm like, nah, bro, they about to run down on this whole bitch. Because I'm like, first of all, there's already nothing in that bitch. So it already looks suspect as fuck. They don't know what they selling shit, but drugs and money laundering. You know what I'm saying? It just looks mad sketchy. Like, that's the only store that looks that sketchy in the whole area. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I just, like, never thought about anything. I'm like, they always, you know what I'm saying? They probably work with the feds. So I'm like, whatever. So the nigga walks in. I'm like, is he investigating me or is he investigating them or is he investigating both of us? Because I'm like, I don't know if he run down on me, them, they, like, what the fuck? Like, this shit was mad weird. So, and it was like this white dude, and then he was acting bold, like, yeah, like, nigga, I don't give a fuck, give me the same shit, I don't give a fuck if she up in here. And meanwhile, I'm looking weird, and no low-key niggas looking weird too. And we both thinking the same thing, but we both not saying it. But I'm like, maybe he actually knows or knew this was gonna happen, and he's trying to play it off. Like he didn't know. Because I'm like, this shit was mad weird. It seemed like a setup, but it seemed like it wasn't a setup. Like, it was like, it's like almost like one of those things like, hey, we know you're doing this, show them the badge. Alright, we're gonna act this shit out, and you're gonna show me how this goes. Type shit. Or else you're gonna get locked up. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And meanwhile, this is the day I got back. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and the funny part is I waited a while, too, because I'm like, I know niggas gonna follow me to the spot, bro. And I love this spot. So I'm like, niggas not fucking on my plug, nigga. You ain't locking this nigga up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's fucking. So I wait a couple hours. Niggas still follow me. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever, fuck it. Like, niggas gonna follow me regardless. I know that. But I'm thinking, like, maybe I could just, like, tiptoe. And I did, because I really got all the way down the Ave with nobody following me, right? Then I get to the store, boom. Here come this nigga. Now all of a sudden, mad people. Now I get outside the store. Now mad people come out of nowhere on the road. That's how I know. And then I put this nigga was from Syracuse, right? But he was in Utica with me. And the funny thing is, I didn't know he was from Syracuse, but the funniest part about it is the nigga wasn't... I met the nigga in Utica before I even went to Syracuse. So I didn't know. The only reason I knew the nigga was from Syracuse is because he died, and niggas showed me his obituary. They did a memorial at the drop-in. I thought, you know, they asked me if I wanted to go to the funeral. I didn't want to do it. It was sad. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched niggas, like, this nigga was smoking K2 before I even smoked K2. Then I started smoking K2, and then this nigga seen me smoking K2. You know what I'm saying? So, the shit was sad. Like, his drug of choice is K2 and Coke. The shit was sad as fuck. And then he died. Like, it was like, oh, like, he overdosed. Meanwhile, I knew something wasn't right. Because I'm like, I'm sitting in the drop-in, and I'm like, yo, this nigga comes in on some... Like, you know how in SpongeBob there's that one fish that walks in and he, like, breaks open the doors and he starts talking shit? This is that type of nigga. Like, he come and talking the shit to everybody. Like, he's like me. It's funny as hell. Like, he was cool as hell. Like, I used to laugh. Like, this shit was so funny. Like, he come in, I would know when he's there. You hear niggas cussing niggas out, but, oh, that's Miguel. That's Miguel. He just cuss everybody out. Yup, that's Miguel. Like, he come in, he be like, fuck you, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I'm bringing this shit in anyway. He come in, they be like, okay. He be like, fuck you, bitch. They be like, you supposed to be at rehab. He's like, fuck that rehab, bitch. I ain't going back. He's like, I'm high anyway. He's like, where the food at? And then they be like, there's no more food. He's like, no more food. That was mad funny. Like, but the thing is, he was a big boy. So, like Spanish thing, he eat mad food. So, like, the nigga was like, he was my age too. So, like, the nigga's not going through puberty, but he's finished. Not all. Nigga was dead ass. 5 bowls here, like, nigga was dead ass. Like, he was, and the thing is, like, he wasn't even being greedy. He was dead ass to eat all of it. So that's why niggas really didn't care. But it was just fun to tell, because they would dead ass tell him every time, like, no, you're eating all the food. Like, he'd be like, I don't give a fuck, bitch, I'm not about to starve. Yeah, but he died. He died in the bathroom at a soup kitchen. They said he OD'd. But the thing is, they didn't even find him till the next day, and his neck was broke. And his neck was by the toilet. Listen, nigga, I'm not a forensic investigator. That just don't add up. Let's just leave it like that. Yeah, explain. Oh, yeah. I'm also getting someone trying to explain something. Yeah, because niggas kept trying to explain something, and it didn't add up. I was like, whatever. Because, like, it's like, how are you there? Like, bitch, you already look like a sneaky bitch. You got, like, 5 niggas. And you're the type. This is like the type of bitch that's always there when shit goes wrong. Not when shit goes right. When shit goes wrong, this is like the bitch that's always there to witness somebody's death. But literally is not involved, but is always there to witness somebody's death. Like, even if they just tell them where the motherfucker's location at, that's involved enough. But the motherfucker ain't doing the shit themselves. They just always there when somebody died, type shit. And I was low-key like, nah, because I already didn't trust the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because she was just being a hater. Like, she was, salty, whatever. I'm just like, whatever. And then, yeah. And it was funny because she reminded me of my cousin. So I'm like, Ashley, like, it's funny. She reminded me of my cousin Ashley, and I'm like, yeah. She reminds me so much of Ashley, but like a scumbag. Like, and niggas be like, oh, Ashley's a scumbag, whatever. She could be a scumbag, but it ain't that type of scumbag. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch is like different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's just an asshole. But yeah, like, and then it says DSS HRA. So so someone that went to New York City or from New York City, cause like there was this like Latin King nigga I was talking to out there, and he was talking about he never lived in like upstate. You know what I'm saying? But he lived in New York City. You know what I'm saying? He lived in other states, but he never lived like anywhere else in New York other than New York City. So I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? And then the nigga disappeared. I was like, all right. Shit was kind of random. But the nigga didn't disappear. He was still there. But the nigga just like, I don't know, it was weird. Like, I'd see him, but I wouldn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga was low-key ducking me. So I was just like, whatever, fuck it. So then DSS. So, like, I'm getting someone's going from upstate to downstate. I think that was around the time I was trying to contemplate if I was going back home to Albany, Saratoga, Schenectady, or I was going to New York City. That was the first time I actually started contemplating it before, like a whole month, a whole year before that. So something about that's significant. I'm hearing they've been planning in New York City since the first time I thought about it or heard about it. I'm also getting when I went to rehab, because the first time, okay, so I said the first time I went to rehab. So the first time I went to rehab was actually in Utica, because they had a rehab called Helio, and I was actually supposed to go to one in Syracuse, but I'm like, listen, I will kill niggas up in that rehab. You ain't about to come traffic me up in that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, that's what pissed me off, because they wanted me to go to rehab through Helio, but I'm like, this is the same supportive housing I was trying to get to that night that I got almost human traffic. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to get to Helio, because I was trying to get, my mental health was so bad, and I was sober. So I'm like, I don't know what else to do other than fucking go get help, because my PTSD was fucking me up. Like, I couldn't sleep outside. I wasn't paranoid, I just couldn't sleep because I kept having episodes. You know what I'm saying? So I would always think about it, and then I'd get mad, and I want to break shit. Then I'm like, I'm going there to kill these motherfuckers now. I'm like, if I'm that sober and I still want to go kill niggas, I need to get help. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, I've been a couple months sober. I ain't smoking no weed, I ain't drinking, I'm not smoking no cigarettes. I didn't even smoke cigarettes yet. Till literally a few months after that. So it was just like, what the fuck? So I'm like, fuck it. I gotta go to Syracuse. That's funny. That's why I was really trying to get to Rochester, because they had programs out there for mental health, and they had the Helio supportive housing out there too. That's the funny part. Come to find out they had in Syracuse. I was in Syracuse. I didn't know if I wanted to go to women's shelter or the supportive housing shit. And then they had a transitional living program. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go there. But the women's shelter had transitional too, and mental health services. So I was like, whatever. I didn't end up doing it though, but I'm getting someone talking about that. They're like, how did you go from DSS to HRN? I'm also getting someone talking about how I left Albany so quick. I was only there like a week to 2 weeks, and then I went back to HRN. I'm also getting, the reason why my benefits look a certain way is because Albany registered it. Because I filled out for the benefits in Albany, and then I came to New York City again. Like, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay. I filled out the paperwork. I done fucked up everything in the motherfucking DSS building, cussing the bitch out, whatever. See her the next day. She gonna act like I ain't bugging her the fuck out. She gonna act like she ain't bugged the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's like, come back the 22nd. I'm like, all right, back. So, but meanwhile, I already knew. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was like, I'm gonna just go back. I was like, can you pay for my ticket? She's like, oh no. And then she tried to do some lengthy ass explanation. I walked away. Once she said no, I already walked away. She didn't even have to put the O in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already gave me the answer, bitch. Like, there's no more talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't here to talk, be friendly, nigga. I just need my answer. So then it says, Officer Broccoli. So I said this, right? I heard this nigga wasn't around because he knew I was under investigation more than I did. Okay. So the funny part is that's the Lion King nigga. So it's funny because it says Officer Broccoli. So when I was at DSS, there was this nigga, right? That I was cool with. Like you go, you know how you go to DSS every day and you start making friends. Like, damn, nigga, you here again too? They still pissing you off? Damn, I guess we gonna be here tomorrow, yup. Like, type of shit. Like, it's just like, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just fuck it. I ain't got no one else to talk to. I'm gonna be here all day anyway, type shit. There's this one nigga that was mad cool. We started being friends, actually. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because he just came from Albany. I swear that nigga's an informant, or he's an investigator too, because he got out of prison left Utica, went to Albany, and went back. And the funny thing is, he added me on Instagram years prior, and then unfollowed me. And I remember, because I'm like, who the fuck is this bodybuilding ass nigga, bro? I'm like, who the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't like bodybuilders like that. But I'm like, this nigga kind of look good. And they try to unfollow me real quick. And literally, I saw them unfollow me while I was on the page. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, one of my exes must be talking about me or some shit. That's when the nigga was in Albany. Because I seen it. But I was like, whatever. So, come to find out, we had a whole conversation. He's like, yeah, I just got back from Albany. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm literally from Albany. And I literally just came from Albany. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh yeah, like, he's like, yeah, like, that's crazy. I probably ran into you out there. I'm like, maybe you did. And then I'm like, thinking about the Instagram. I'm like, I think this is that same nigga. But he's like, and then he was like, oh yeah, I used to be buff and shit. I'm like, oh my god, it is the same nigga. Like, that's so weird. You know what I'm saying? But the funny part is, he's like, yeah. And then he kept telling me his life story. And his life story sounded so much like mine. He's like, yeah, and my family are Freemasons and this and that. And then he told me his family last name, and I'm like, oh, nah, I don't trust that family nigga. I don't trust that family nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, the funny thing is, it wasn't the same last name. It was just close. You know what I'm saying? It sounded the same. So I was like, nah, I don't trust that shit. Like, I was like, it sounds too close to that family. You probably just changing the letters just so you not, like, so it's not hot type shit. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not fucking with him. But then, you know what I'm saying? I was like, maybe I'm tripping. Like, nigga just got out of prison for drug trafficking. He told me it. Like, he said it's closed and done, so it doesn't matter. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the case is closed. I'm on parole, probation, whatever. I finished that too. Like, the shit's done. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to ever see nobody again if I don't want to type shit. I'm like, all right. And then it's weird because then one day, well, I already thought the nigga was police. Then I was like, okay, maybe he's not police. Then this one day we're smoking, right? This nigga decides to smoke out. Meanwhile, we're smoking K2. I know that. This nigga decides to smoke outside the motherfucking probation office. I'm like, this nigga's trying to set me up, my nigga. And meanwhile, the probation office is across the street from DSS. Why wouldn't you just want to sit outside the DSS? But nah, nigga, you want to sit at the probation office and then tell me it's the probation office. Meanwhile, I didn't know it was a probation office. I just thought it was government buildings. So I was like, why are we sitting outside of government buildings? Meaning, here are my thoughts. Because the nigga's a whole warlock. And I kept saying, I'm like, this nigga knows what I'm thinking about. I'm like, whatever. And then every time I, like, try to think something, he'd start doing magic. And then he'd be like, oh, yeah. And then, like, I would think something, and I'd be like, yo, I know this nigga's a warlock. And then he'd be like, yeah, and, you know, I know how to do voodoo and shit. And I'm like, meanwhile, I got the blunt in my hand, like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. This shit just kept happening. I'm like, whatever. So, and then I heard Day Day. Yeah, that's that nigga's nickname. I'm also getting, when I said Day Day, and one of the readings, I was actually referring to him, and I didn't realize it. The nigga's name's Damon. I heard Diamond. I don't know why. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think the nigga's the feds, bro. This shit's weird. You know what I'm saying? And then my point is like that day we were in the building before we actually became friends, we was talking shit like, yeah. Because it's funny, because like I cussed the bitch out, and then he cussed the same bitch out because he had to go to the same window type shit. And it was weird too, because the same DSS worker was like, oh yeah, I actually have a cousin in Albany. But it's funny, because I'm like, are you from Albany? And she's family out there. And I'm like, she's like, yeah, my cousin's name blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that sounds familiar, but I couldn't put a face to it. So I'm like, she probably knows me. I probably know her because you mentioned that cousin. You know what I'm saying? Meaning someone knows each other. Or you know me through that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You probably visited that cousin, saw me or some shit. And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, nah. And then she has my whole government and birthday. And she's like, yeah. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, your age. You're 2001, right? Because she didn't want to be weird. Like, oh, I'm looking at your birthday. But she has to. So it's like, obviously, she's saying the obvious type shit. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, I probably do know her. She said 2002 or something. I was like, oh. That's not too far. But I'm like, I also don't fuck with people my age and younger. You know what I'm saying? Because people... like friend wise too, like it's just annoying. So I was like, whatever. And the weird thing is like, you know what I'm saying? I thought the Albany shit was weird because I already thought she was from Albany, whatever. So I heard there's a lot more investigators than I even realized, and I already know there's a lot of investigators. So yeah, Officer Broccoli. So I cussed this bitch out, he cussed this bitch out. Now there's this officer here, that's his name. Meanwhile, I'm like, that name is fake. I'm like, ever since the Syracuse shit, they've been they had a fake name. So I'm like, this nigga's name's not Broccoli. But at the same time, he's like, no, that's really my name. He's like, look, but literally, it said on Broccoli with one C. And I'm like, that's weird. But I'm like, I already was paranoid because he's a sheriff. And I'm like, bro. And I'm like suspecting, the moment I seen that nigga, I walked in the building, I seen that nigga, and I'm like, nah, this nigga's been in Saratoga before. Not Albany, not Schenectady, this nigga's been in Saratoga. I'm like, I remember this nigga trying to arrest us, and we ran off or some shit. That's how I remember. Like, it was like some petty shit, like, we weren't gonna get arrested anyway, but we're young and we're scared type shit. It was like we're ding-dong ditching niggas, and then the nigga gets called. Like, it's not, like, no serious shit. Like, it's, like, some petty shit. Like, we're dead ass, like, 9th grade and younger. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird as hell, because I'm like, I remember seeing this nigga. Like, I'm, like, even convinced this nigga worked in my high school. So I'm like, what the fuck? Because there would be police officers that worked in high school. So I'm like, they would even have their own, like, office, separate from the rest of security. So I'm like, this shit's getting weird. And then he's literally like, oh yeah, like he was trying to flirt with me, and I'm not fucking with that nigga. You ain't arrested my ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, like, he was like, oh, like one day, I just started talking to him. I'm like, you know what? Since he want to flirt with me, I'm about to just ask the nigga. I'm like, yeah, like you worked in another county before? Then he got paranoid. Like he like go type shit. Like meanwhile, other police officers don't get paranoid. If they're the undercover, but they don't get paranoid. So I was like, oh nah. I'm like, this nigga knows me too well. Cause I'm like, I swear this nigga arrested my family too. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like I swear he arrested my uncle, my cousin, and my brother. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? This is getting weird. It's just getting weird. And then he literally had the Freemasonry symbol on his like chest. And I looked at it right when I asked him, and then he never wore it again. Like he had the whole like the 33 degree 2222 confirmation. Look, 22. And it's like he had the whole Freemasonry like fucking the circumference meter and shit. And I was like, oh my god, bro. I'm like, I knew it. But like, damn. And I'm pretty sure I seen this nigga at the lodge before too, so it's even weird. And I know this nigga had connection to my grandpa. So it got even weirder. So but anyway, and I seen this nigga pick a nigga up at the school with Officer Davis. So I know I'm not tripping. That nigga's the police and he's like, you know what I'm saying? He wears his, like, he literally goes, he works at the high school, he leaves and goes back to the police department and rides around the police car all day. So I know, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, and that nigga arrested everybody in my family too. I'm the only motherfucker he didn't arrest because the bitch didn't press charges. You know what I'm saying? So the shit was just really fucking weird. I'm like, I just know this nigga too well. Everyone else I'm like suspicious about. This nigga I know damn too well. So I'm getting creeped out. I asked the nigga, he's like, no, but you can work. I'm like, wait, you're a sheriff though. Like, can you work in different departments? He's like, yeah, you can work in different departments. I just don't. I just work in this county. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, oh, not a county, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, and then I thought about it, I'm like, wait, I was in Rome. I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I seen him, like, in Syracuse or some shit, so maybe my PTSD is fucking with me. Nah, nigga, that was the same nigga. Something about him. I'm getting this is why. And then right after that, I put investigation informant. Informant, I don't know how the fuck you say that. That's the one word I can't say. I just can't say it. Like, I could read it, I still can't say it. Like, I didn't even spell it right. But even if I read it the right way, I still can't spell it. So, yeah, this shit's crazy. And, then I put wait, and then I heard silence. Everyone got quiet. And then I heard wait, like I was telling me to wait for something. And then it's weird because then right after that, I was like, oh, Wait House. Because that's the youth shelter, right? And that's the only youth shelter. And that's the only youth shelter in that area. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird. Because I'm like, I kept saying when I was in that house, I knew, like I said, I left my family's house because I knew it was being investigated. I knew I was going to kill them niggas. It's not going to go well if I had killed them niggas while I'm already being investigated for these niggas trying to kill me. Because they're, like I said, they're going to flip the script and make it seem like that. So I'm like, I got to leave. So it's funny because I left. And then when I finally went to Wait House, this is like a year and a half at this point of being away from my house. And I kept seeing police sit outside the house. Meanwhile, this is like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's 16 to 22 or 24. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? The other side of the building is just anyone that's a mom that has children. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is horrible. I'm like, I'm literally in a children's shelter. Now these niggas can't even buy their damn drugs. These niggas can't even get high. We ain't even supposed to get high, drink, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm making it hot for everybody in this house. You know what I'm saying? I felt so uncomfortable. Because then, like, I kept seeing the police, the local police department, sit in front of the house every fucking day. And then the moment I look out the window, they drive out the parking lot. Meanwhile, it's an abandoned office and house across the road. So I'm like, what the fuck? And they will literally face the car with the lights facing towards. I remember one day I saw the light shine through the window. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I opened the light curtain. Me and the other girl look out the window. The police pull off. She's like, what's going on? And I didn't. It's like almost like the staff was like, just so you know, we're being investigated, but not to like warn anybody, like so they can't get in trouble. It was just more so like, just so you know, don't be creeped out if you see the police. Because this girl, she had autism too. You know what I'm saying? So we got along good. But like, it was one of those things like a personality class, we act too much alike type shit. Like, this getting creepy. Yeah, it didn't work. She was a couple years younger than me too, but yeah, the shit was weird. She got her own apartment. She good. But anyway, so, apartment 3, y'all, just for my family to ask you what my address is. And then I had a feeling my dad kept going by. I'm like, no, my dad keeps passing. Da-da-da. Then this bitch I used to be friends with kept dropping off this other girl. And I was like, what the fuck? Then it was weird because I'm like, bitch, now all of a sudden you have friends that you drop off here? But I used to get in the car with you all the time, like, and we just ride around and shit for hours. You pick niggas up, drop niggas off. You know what I'm saying? This shit was weird. So I'm like, alright, whatever. Then this bitch is younger than both of us. So I'm like, that's even weirder. Then it just got weirder. Then the police was following me around the city. Then I go to the library and I meet a nigga. First of all, then I go to the library. I end up talking to the security guard, asking where certain books are and the computers and shit. Then he just so happens starts asking me questions. Come to find out, this nigga's a whole police officer. I'm like, bro, I can't make this shit up. Like, this shit is annoying. And then it gets weirder because, like, it just gets weirder. You know what I'm saying? Because then the police officer keeps driving around. You know what I'm saying? They're staying in the parking lot. They're driving around. I'm also hearing there's way less people involved than I think. I don't know why I heard that. I thought that before, but then, you know, niggas gotta play both sides. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't really think about it. I'm just like, okay, I don't really care. Going about my business. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna affect me either way, the wrong way, until it can't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whatever. Even if it's my whole life. So I'm just like, I'm gonna play my role too. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, like, what's crazy is like, the motherfucker kept sitting outside. And then if I would go somewhere, they would follow me. Like, and then I finally got a job because you have to get a job. You're only there 2 months. You have to get a job within the first 30 days, or else you can't stay longer. And then you get your voucher by the end of the 2 months, even if you only have $100 type shit. They were gonna give me my voucher. I just didn't want it. I'm like, I'm not getting an apartment. I'm not having you place me anywhere just for these niggas to pull up to my house so I can shoot their ass. Because I'm gonna have a gun. Because my whole plan was to get an apartment and then get a gun before I even buy any furniture. So that just says enough. I got food stamps, nigga. I don't need, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, I'm grateful. I go give me a free blanket, sleep on the floor, give me a supportive dog for some emotional support, and give me a gun. I'm gonna be fucking Will Smith in fucking that movie with his dog, with the motherfucker, with the zombies and shit, and then the dog, he killed the dog, he put the dog down and died. Nigga, I'm gonna be like that, yeah. I Am Legend, yeah. I don't give a fuck. That was my shit, too. That's how I feel, though, talking to mannequins all the time. But anyway, so, you know what I'm saying? This shit is getting weird. Then I put, wait, and then wait house. I'm also getting wait for the house. Wait for the apartment. Investigate. Hold on. It looks like investigation, but I put investigator. I'm also getting wait house investigator. Someone was in wait house as an investigator. I heard the dude that was trying to flirt with me. This is the only guy that works there. And on top of that, that's weird because I kept saying that. I'm like, this nigga reminds me of the police, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe he was just in the military or some shit. And then it got weird because I told this nigga, like, he was just a really nice guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I told this nigga, I'm like, hey, I'm going to the library. Now I meet the fucking police officer. Shit is getting weird. Then it said footage, Popeyes. I'm also getting the footage of Wait House because they had cameras in every single inch of the house except the bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bedrooms and the bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, even where your money's kept, there's cameras. You know what I'm saying? But, like, yeah, footage, Popeyes. So I'm getting something about the video footage. I heard, and then I put in quotes, everybody stop before I kill someone. I'm getting why I ran. And I was like, listen, I don't give a fuck through the drive-thru. I don't give a fuck what they come in and tell you and try and tell you before I get up to this motherfucking door. I'm like, bitch, close the fucking door. I'm like, actually, fuck that. I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, actually, let these niggas come the fuck in here. I'm letting you right now, I'm gonna kill these niggas if they think they coming in here killing me, nigga. I'm like, you see the camera? You ain't telling them niggas I put my hands on them first. You see this shit? And then I put it at the camera, I'm like, listen, they come in here, I'm killing their ass. And then everybody was just like this. Like, everyone's like, they're making chicken. The one bitch is like, everybody just looked at me like behind the counter like. And meanwhile, I'm talking to the manager. I didn't even know that. She got a whole different uniform behind. I'm not thinking of shit about it. She's just like, are you okay? Do you need help? And then she's trying to sit down. She's trying to sit down with me. She's like, oh, she's like, I just seen you at the motel. She's like, yeah, across the road. She's like, I know, I got my uniform on. She's like, I hope you don't, I'm from New York City, you know what I'm saying? I just live out here, like, I got you, She's like, you should move to New York City. They really help kids and this and that. I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. She's like, why do you want to stay out here and get no help? She's like, you need some. She's like, you're either going to listen to my help or just fucking get fucked, pretty much. Like, she was being a black woman. She was being straight about it. And I'm like, no, God told me not to do it. I'm not doing it. She's like, I don't care. She's like, I get it. But at the same time, that's silly. Why would God tell you that? I'm like, you know what? Then she kept talking to me and I started ignoring the bitch. She's like, oh, well, do you want help or not? I'm like, I didn't ask for help. I'm just telling them to stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to jail and I'm letting them know I'm getting less time too. You know what I'm saying? Niggas didn't want to hear that. Then all of a sudden, the motherfuckers stopped going through the drive-thru. They kept looking inside. Then I ran from Popeyes because I'm like, nah, these niggas trying to get me killed. So then I ran, and I literally hid in this park that got this big ass, like, it's like woods, but it's not. It was like this big ass park, and I hid in the behind the tree, and then I scared one of the white people, and I don't know if I just scared him and he so happened had a gun, or he just was over there because of me. But the nigga had a gun, and I was like, no, I see it. Like, I was completely psychotic. I was hearing voices, and then when I get psychotic and I start hearing voices, my ears start ringing because it's like God is like trying to warn me, like, bro, you're too psychotic. You can't hear me. You can only hear the devil and negative energies and entities. I have to contact you through another way. So my ears start ringing. Like, there's a demonic ring, and then there's a light ring. So like, if I feel negative energy, my ear will ring really low. If it's like high vibrational energy, it'll ring really high. And it kept ringing, and I'm like, someone has a gun, and my ear was ringing, and it stopped. And then he looked at me, and I'm like, oh my God, he hears me. And then he looked at me again. He's like, shh. And then he said something to his wife, and he like kind of like got closer, but he stopped. And they look racist, so I'm like, fuck, great. They're gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? I'm already in East Bumblefuck. They definitely gonna kill me. This is Ku Klux Klan. There's no black people out there. I was damn sure worried. I seen one black person the whole time I was out there, other than that one bitch. So I'm like, what the fuck? And that bitch had a job too, so I know they racist. So the motherfucking, I look across the other way. I'm still hiding behind the tree. Then this motherfucker's looking at me, getting in the car slowly. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this nigga's sitting here, he's trying to kill me. I'm like, I don't care. So I'm thinking everybody outside the park's trying to kill me. Then there's a factory with truck workers on the other side of the wall. Then it sounded like they kept making noise like, duh, duh, duh. And I'm like, oh my God, they're trying to kill me. They're trying to intimidate me. And then I heard something. And then I'm focused on the factory. And then I heard, ch-ch. So I'm like, oh my God, he's loading the gun and he's cocking the gun. I'm like, I'm about to get shot. So I'm definitely hiding behind the tree. You know what I'm saying? That shit thick enough. You know what I'm saying? That shit thick enough, nigga. Give me some time to run some shit. So I'm like, I'm hiding behind the tree. And then he tries to get at a different angle and look at me. And then I hide on the other side of the tree. But he can't see me because I'm creeping to the point where he's not noticing. I'm moving around the tree. So I'm like, whatever. Then the other motherfucker's behind me at this point on the other side of the wall. So I'm like, oh my God, bitch, I gotta kill this nigga behind me, kill this nigga over here, kill this nigga that actually could see me. Then this nigga's trying to creep up behind me from the logistics place, the little like truck factory place that like does like shipments. He tries to creep around the wall and come behind me. It's a white dude. He's watching me. I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm like, this is Ku Klux Klan. I'm like, I can't do this shit. I can't do this shit. I'm like, I'm gonna kill them. So I picked up the biggest stick I had, and I was gonna catch the ass like and then just hit the ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they was trying to get close. So I'm like, once they come, I'm gonna just hit their ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that Call of Duty mission, Call of Duty Ghosts, where the niggas is creeping, and it's that, this is like the hardest mission. And it's like they drop you out the plane, and then you have to creep around the woods, and you have to like you have to cut the nigga behind his neck, you have to gut the nigga, and you have to shoot the nigga from a distance. That's the type of shit I was doing. Real shit. Like, I was creeped the fuck out. I was paranoid. I'm completely psychotic at this point. I'm like, I gotta kill niggas. I can't even get a gun because the moment I try and get a gun, they're gonna try and place that psychopath shit on me. But they don't want to know I'm a psychopath, and they don't know I'm a psychopath. I'm like, I can't do this shit. So I'm paranoid as fuck. I literally sound like this in my head, but worse because I'm completely out of it and I'm disassociated. But I'm trying to stay focused. This shit is crazy. So now, at this point, I'm trying to mind my motherfucking business. I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna just stay low. They get close, I'm gonna just knock their ass the fuck out. Simple. I'm watching this nigga because I know he got a gun. He puts the shit away. He leaves. He hops in the car and leaves. I'm like, what the fuck? So this nigga knew I was gonna come over here some weird shit. So then, okay. Now it says, Utica, Oneida, and I just heard then I heard Unitica and Unida. So niggas is uniting in these areas. Then it says gun log hiding. So yeah, nigga had a gun. I was hiding behind the tree. I was hiding. And then it said before Price Chopper, sheriff. I'm also getting that was a sheriff with the gun, and I didn't realize it because this motherfucker looked like he was ex-military, and I just was like, whatever. I'm like, this nigga's racist. He's trying to kill me regardless. The police kept following me, bro. Every county I go to, every city I go to, every town I go to, the police follow me regardless. The moment I step in the city, they follow me. So I get paranoid. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, I already had paranoid disorder before the niggas tried to kill me. So this shit is crazy. They didn't diagnose me with it, but I know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll get paranoid more. Like, this is the reason why I have anxiety, because I get paranoid about everything. This is why I used to be scared of everything, because I get paranoid about everything. Before Price Chopper. So then I don't remember if it was before or after, but I went to Price Chopper, and I ran up in there. Because I was trying to get food. So I'm trying to get food, right? And I'm trying to buy shit, and niggas is watching me. I'm like, great, the racist and the motherfuckers is worried I'm wearing hospital clothes. They gonna shoot my ass. I'm like, whatever. As long as they don't shoot my ass, they shoot my ass, they gonna shoot my ass, whatever. So I'm walking around, I'm like, let me just get some food. This is when I was trying to figure out about natural healing. I didn't really know anything about it because I didn't have a phone for like weeks at this point because I ditched my shit on the Syracuse Transit Central because I got so fucking paranoid. And every time I get a phone, it gets tapped, hacked, everything recorded. You know what I'm saying? Every time I get anything with an IP address, it gets tapped, hacked, recorded. Even if I use somebody's phone, I guarantee that's why I don't even like using other people's phones. If I even use your phone, your shit's tapped. Like, if I make a call and my voice is on that shit, I hear bloop, and I know it's tapped. Like, it's just crazy. Like, even, like, if I already know my phone's tapped, and I mention it in my head, I'll hear the noise, and then it's like they trying to make it obvious. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, fuck it. So I go in the price shop. I'm trying to buy food. I'm getting paranoid because I'm just trying to get the food before niggas try, and mess with my subconscious type shit. So I'm trying to get it as fast as I can. Then I have a whole plan, I'm gonna go sleep outside over here, da-da-da. So I get my shit. And then come to find out, I looked up services in the area. Wait, how did I have that phone? I ditched my phone. I think I got an... Oh, wait, no, this is before I went to Syracuse. This is why. Okay. So the Popeyes and the Price Chopper thing, I went there before. The girl was talking to me before. Like, hey, do you need help? Da-da-da. I didn't bug out yet. I went to Syracuse. I came back. I went to Oneida. And then, because I got there on foot. And then, or some shit, I don't even remember how the fuck I got back. So the first time I got food, I knew niggas watching me in the store. I went outside, hid, da-da-da. Whatever, niggas watching me in the park. Same thing. It's like the same thing that happened after I came back from Syracuse was happening, which is on a major scale. So I went to Syracuse, came back. This is when I went to Popeyes. This is when I went to Price Chopper. Niggas was trying to kill me, you know what I'm saying? Price Chopper, though, I was just simply trying to get food. I'm like, listen, these niggas gonna kill me anyway. So I'm getting paranoid. I'm trying to run so I can, like, not trying to run because they're trying to, like, follow me or anything, but I'm just trying to run because I'm like, just in case I gotta, you know what I'm saying, get something real quick. Just in case I gotta get a brick and throw it at their ass. Let me go get that shit before they get over here type shit. So I tried to run and hide. Then niggas didn't know where I was or they just wasn't coming to me. Grabbed some shit, went to Price Chopper. Alright, we good. Got me a brick. Bitch, look at this. It's a brick. So I went to Price Chopper. Right? So I get to Price Chopper. And I'm trying to buy some shit. I don't know about natural healing. But before I went to Syracuse, I had a phone. I just so happened was looking up the benefits of certain foods. I didn't know I was going to go anywhere with it. I didn't have health issues. I just simply just wanted to know, like, what's a mango do? Oh, it does that? That's great. Because, like, I just felt better. Like, because when I was at Weight House, that's when I started the whole natural health. Because, like, I went back into diabetes. And I was like, damn. Like, I didn't have any health issues. That's the only health issue I had. Pre-diabetes. So I'm like, okay. Other than mental health. So I'm like, all right, let me just figure it out. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I look it up. It's like, oh, okay, like, this is good for diabetes. This is what lowers your blood pressure. This is what lowers your glucose. I'm like, all right. So I just started following that shit. Pre-diabetes went away. Started eating bad for 2 days. It came back. I'm like, exactly. So I'm not tripping. So then I was just testing shit. So before I went to Syracuse, I'm testing the shit out. Like, oh, this is what mango does. Okay, great. I'm going to go get that. I like mangoes anyway. But I would only look up shit that I like so that way I can look into it and actually enjoy it. Not just eating healthy like I'm eating shit I want to eat anyway. So, I like pineapples. What's this do? This helps with that? Great. Perfect. I'll go get that shit. So, and plus I had a vitamin deficiency. They said I had vitamin D deficiency. So I was like, all right. So I started looking into that too. Come to find out vitamin D helps with diabetes. So I'm like, all right, perfect. So that's what I did. So I got into it. Then like I said, I went to Syracuse, got paranoid, got out the hospital, had the phone, ditched it on the transit. Niggas was trying to find me. They couldn't find me as much, but they could find me still. I already thought they had a tracking device. I ran like 200-300 miles. Now I hear beep, 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 beep. I'm like, bro, I've never had any surgeries before other than wisdom teeth. That means they put a tracking device in me, or I have a heart monitor. I don't have any stitches. I don't have any scars. The only scars I have is literally not even from the needle. I just have blood on me in certain spots from where they shot me at. And I remember waking up with an IV, and I'm like, how the fuck do I have an IV when, you know what I'm saying? Meaning they must have tried to save my ass. Then on top of that, which I didn't even think about, you know what I'm saying, until now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the shit was weird. Because it was weird. It was an IV thing, but it was like they were doing it to draw blood. So I was like, I don't know, because they did draw blood, and then I fell asleep. Like, I was going into coma. But the thing is, like, they drew my blood as I was going into coma, and I kept trying to stay awake, and I couldn't. And I could feel the blood leave my body type shit. And I'm like, why are they drawing my blood if they keep trying to kill me, whatever? I'm like, whatever, fuck. So I wake up with an IV in my arm. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I thought they was. I'm like, this is the same thing they were trying to draw my blood with. But I'm like, why were they drawing blood like that anyway? I'm like, maybe they did it like, I don't know. This shit's getting weird, bro. Because I'm really thinking about it. Like, they really tried to save me that shit. And then, like I said, when I woke up, she said, you think you're psychic? Now you're really going to think you're psychic. Then, ever since then, I could hear everybody's voices even more. Like, I used to be able to hear voices without their thoughts and without them knowing they're hearing me. Like, yes, you hear me, but you don't know for sure. You know what I'm saying? Now I leave the hospital. Everybody knows. Non-stop. They don't, like, now I get by somebody, my ear rings, and then they look at me. They automatically know it's me. And I'm like, fuck. Like, I just opened the whole portal. Like, even psychic readers, like, they already had good psychic intuition. I joined their live. Someone's in here that's not supposed to be in here, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now I get out of Syracuse, I get in the live. They literally will, like, be like this. Dun, dun, dun. Make a face like, nah, fuck that bitch. And then they start doing it slow, like, and Phoenix Marvelous, prime example. That's the one motherfucker that did it the most. Empress Lane, I hop in this chat, she's like, nah, some saucy ass bitch ain't supposed to be up in this. I'm like, fuck. I can't even get the fucking free reading, bitch. I start going on niggas' live. Meanwhile, I didn't even go on niggas' lives. I went on niggas' lives like 2-3 times per person. Or not per person, like Empress and Phoenix Marvelous. Like, Empress was like, I went on live like 5 times before. Phoenix was like 2 times. So after, I went on live both of them 1 time. And then they called me, and I was like, fuck it, left. I didn't do anything wrong. I just was like, okay, they just got some bad vibe for me, fuck it. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't have bad intentions, but fuck it. So anyway, so after Syracuse, I ran, this time I go to get food again. This time, I'm in the store, I got like a couple hundred in food stamps. Now these niggas cut my food stamps off. Completely. I can't even get food. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm at the counter, knowing I got like 100, 200. Now I don't got no food stamps. I'm like, fuck off, bro. I'm like, I really am gonna kill these niggas once I get back upstate. I was like, you know, I'm gonna just go back upstate to kill these niggas. Sounds like, baby, you can't do that. You're too confident in doing this shit. You can't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you going to jail. You go into prison, and fuck that. You just ran past the psychiatric hospital that was right next to the fucking prison. You're not doing it. You're going to the psychiatric center right the fuck there, bitch, and you're going to the prison. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, when I get out of Syracuse, I go to Price Chopper. After I ran out the Popeyes, like, I'll kill everybody in this motherfucker. And then I said, if you snitch, bitch, I'm killing you too. I'm like, if you call the police, I'm beating your ass. This bitch called the police. Then the police gets there. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing's wrong. I tried to act like I was, like not talking. Because, like, for some odd reason, I just, like, had the intuition to not talk to any police, not say anything, not tell them any information. So I would refuse to speak. And then once they, like, catch an attitude with me and I think they're going to beat my ass, then I'll be like, fuck it. I'll be like, no. I'll be like, oh, da-da-da. I'll be like, no. So you good? Yes. You don't look like you're good. I'm good. Can you just leave me alone? Are we done? But they just told me that I'm not in stress. Can you just go? Now I go to Burger King. Same shit. I need help. I'm trying to get food. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get food. But I didn't tell them I need help. I'm just like, damn, these niggas gonna try and poison my food. This is the cheapest place over here. They're gonna try and poison my food. I just know it. My family tried to poison me. These niggas are gonna try and poison me. So I'm literally trying to buy some food, right? Now the water tastes like just bodily fluid, just nasty shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally, and then so I'm like, they changed the pipes. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad as fuck. I'm like, fuck them. So now I'm like, there's got to be a trafficker in every store in this county. So I'm like, fuck it. Every building there is in this county. I'm like, fuck it. So I'm like, fuck them. So now I'm like, whatever. Meanwhile, all these motherfuckers look like Ku Klux Klan's ass motherfuckers. So I'm extra mad. So now I'm like, whatever. Niggas fucking ask me what I want. I'm like, let me just get a small fry, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I asked, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember. I had a couple dollars still. So I was like, just let me get a small fry. Because I didn't want to get a burger. I wanted a burger. I was hungry as fuck. I didn't eat for 10 days straight. They had all the hospital trays in the room. I didn't wake up. When I woke up, they asked if I wanted food. Brought me the tray and still had the old food there. I didn't eat shit. I didn't drink shit. I was paranoid. I'm like, they're going to try and kill me with the water, the food, everything. I took one sip of it. I tasted the morphine. I'm like, exactly. Put that shit down. I was like, can I go? Still didn't drink water for 3 days straight after that. Then I finally got someone to give me money outside the Walgreens. Walked up in that bitch, smelled blood, organs, all that shit. Was like, fuck it. Saw niggas with a ice box, organs and shit. I was like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what organs he carrying up in this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck who he working up in this motherfucker. Niggas try to close the shit with me in it. I'm like, this nigga come to this aisle though. This nigga gonna die. This nigga gonna die. I don't give a fuck how much shit I break up in the store. Bitch, you just close the store with me in it, you gon' fucking die too. I don't give a fuck if you close the door with me. Bitch, you gon' die, they gon' die, your friend gon' die, the motherfucker you working with gon' die, the person that owns this building is gonna die, the motherfucker that owns the store came in, acted like he didn't know what the fuck was going on, clearly knew what the fuck was going on, he gon' die. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm extra mad. So I'm just like, damn, I might have to kill more niggas. I might even get the chance to kill my family. I might have to do a life sentence, come out, and then kill their ass. I was really plotting on doing that, too. Because y'all niggas got me fucked up. So anyway. So I went, you know what I'm saying? I got the shit, was fucked up. She's like, I'm like, oh my god, bro. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. She's like, I'm calling the police. I'm like, you better not call the fucking police. I'm gonna fucking cut you in this motherfucker, bro. She's like, I'm calling the police. The police got there so fast. They started questioning me. I'm like, nothing's wrong. Do you need help? No. 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 They left. I'm like, bitch, you fucking lucky. Walk the fuck out. Then I went to Price Chopper. Or no, then I was sleeping outside. But like, my legs was fucked up because they kept like, when they stabbed me with all the needles, my legs was fucked up. So I kept collapsing. Like literally, I kept collapsing. Like after, that's how I knew they had devices in my body. Because even now, like it feels like there's screws in my thighs. You know what I'm saying? Like if I literally get out of shape, my legs get so weak. Like I'll just collapse. Like you know how Katy Perry collapsed on stage because the mind control shit. Like she was switching and she's like, and then she collapsed. That's exactly what my legs was doing. Like my legs would like feel like they're bubbling, or like there's like a blood clot or some shit. And then it would feel like it's like leaking, like you know, like a leaking faucet. It's like, like that's how my legs felt, and then I would collapse. Like I would literally walk, and then I don't know where to collapse. I would try and run, then I would literally just collapse, and then I'll get back up and start running again. Meanwhile, I did this for hundreds of miles, my nigga, hundreds of miles. Anyway, so I went to Price Chopper. I went that bitch. That was the first place I went to after Popeyes. Before I even went to Burger King, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let me just get some money. Let me get the food stamps, you know what I'm saying? Tried to do the food stamps, it didn't work. I'm like, alright, bet, fuck y'all niggas. Try to get the cash, because I was supposed to get a cash balance. Didn't have food stamps cash. Didn't have no food stamps. I'm like, bro, I have my last receipt in my wallet. It literally says I have 180 some dollars. And it said 244 before that. 42, whatever fuck. So I'm like, yo, niggas really try to rob my shit, or they closed my account? No, they closed my whole DSS case. Tell me why I'm in there. I'm like, nah, you got me fucked up right now. I was about to low-key start fucking shit up in the store, but I'm like, bitch, I'm already going to jail. The sheriff's out here watching me. The ambulance was already outside to get my ass, because somebody called the police when I walked in the fucking store and hospital closed. Because, bitch, there ain't no hospital near fucking Oneida. Anyway. Fucking, Then, meanwhile, I just walked all the way to Oneida and ran on foot. I'm motherfucking in the, Price Chopper. I'm like, I'm like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck if this nigga trying to kill me or not. I turn around, I see this old nigga, I'm like, listen, can you just please help me with a few dollars? Like, I don't need to get all this shit, I just need to get like a couple things, I'm hungry. Like, I can't do anything. I thought I had food stamps, I can't. You know what I'm saying? These niggas like, no. I don't remember what happened. I think somebody I was so psychotic and out of it, because I'm literally watching, like, the motherfucker, like, the fire department come in, and the fake ambulance and the fake sheriff come in, walking around and fake-ass shit that don't even look real, fucking trying to look for me, like, as if they don't know it's me, like, I'm the only motherfucker in here with hospital clothes with blood on it. Like, I just committed a murder when I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Niggas trying to murder me. So, I'm like, motherfucking, fuck it. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like asking this nigga like for money, and I'm just like trying to get the shit before the niggas come. Someone did give me money though, because now I think about it, I ate that night. Meanwhile, I didn't eat for 10 days and some change, like 13 days minimum. Straight. No exaggeration, straight, unless they fed me through an IV. You know what I'm saying? But straight. I didn't even drink no water. I didn't even drink no water before. You know what I'm saying? And then nigga, when I woke up, then they tried to, because I couldn't move. None of my muscles could move because I was so high. Like, I was literally stiff. And I'm like, oh my God, bro, they gave me morphine. It smells like morphine. Because I worked with hospice patients when I was in the assisted living. Like, it was assisted living, but they had a home, like, they had a, like a nursing, like, pre-nursing home side. Like, they're nursing home, but they still can reverse back to assisted living type of health. So, I was on that side. That's how I got my home health aid ticket. And the thing is, I worked with people that was actively dying, like people that had cancer, skin cancer, breast cancer, even in the assisted living side. I worked with people, you know what I'm saying? So I would see the hospice nurse come in, they would like have like certain orders, like, okay, you seem pretty responsible, like we'll have you do this, turn this patient over every 3 to 4 hours, we're gonna prescribe the morphine, when we prescribe the morphine, we need you to come in and turn this person over, we need you to do wound care, you're like, but we weren't really, like legally we could do it, we were certified to do it, but we weren't supposed to do it in that facility. But, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, we're short-staffed and shit gotta happen. There's no CNAs, you know what I'm saying? So, and the nurse is busy, so they'll be like, okay, like, I just need you to, you know what I'm saying, help me with the gauze type shit, like little shit like that. Like we'd help with the but this lady has skin cancer. Like she smelled so bad. I felt so bad because she didn't like the way she smelled. She didn't like having people turn her over. She just felt bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't like it. She just felt like, damn, like I've been responsible my whole life. I felt uncomfortable. Like every time I went in there, it smelled like death. Like literally. Like, you know what I'm saying? And niggas that was on hospice smelled like death because they got so much morphine. Like that's why she smelled like death, because all the morphine in her body. That's why I knew I was actively dying, because like I literally smelled like morphine 8 months after that still. So anyway, like every time I pissed, it smelled like morphine. Like it was to the point where my vagina lips were stuck together, bro. TMI, but literally stuck together and would like it was to the point where I couldn't even wipe sometimes because they were glued together. Because I haven't shaved in so long. It wasn't that my vagina, like it wasn't really my vagina. It was just the fact that it was sticking to my vagina hairs, and my flaps would stick together. You know what I'm saying? And then once I shaved, it wasn't a problem. I just smelled like it. But at the same time, like the hair would stick together. You know what I'm saying? So I literally couldn't. And it was funny because I didn't think about the fact that I was wiping people that get morphine, and I always thought I just thought it was because they're old. So I just thought their pussy was just old, sticky and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm wiping them and shit. I never thought about the fact that it was weird that like their hair was sticking together and shit. And they took morphine, but I was just like, whatever, they're old, they're dying. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing works the same. That's what it was. So I smell like death. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? So I was in Price Chopper, and then the nigga. So I'm like, I got my shit, and the niggas was trying to follow me around the store. And before I even get to the checkout, I'm like, so everybody knows, if they get near me, I'm killing their ass. And just so you know, these niggas try to human traffic me. So if they get near me, I'm killing these motherfuckers on this camera, and I'm going to prison. And everyone's like, what the fuck? But then everyone just got away from me. They just acted like everything was normal. So I'm like, alright, bet. I'm like, oh, so you think you're dumb? Oh, you think you're slick, right? Niggas trying to throw shit in my face. Niggas trying to throw shit in my face. I'm like, alright, bet. Fuck you. I'm like, bitch, I'll punch you right now. What's up? Then the motherfuckers want to take off. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what Ku Klux Klan is, bitch. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And then then here comes the fire department, the sheriff department, and all this fake shit. So they come in, right? And I'm like, I don't do it again. I'm like, if you touch me, I'm killing you. Them niggas heard me on the other side of the store. They just acted like they were looking for somebody and left. So I was like, bet. So after that, I didn't care. I just continued to buy my groceries and walk the fuck out like I ain't said shit. And then someone was looking at me like I was crazy, and I was just like, just ignore me. I'm like, sorry. I was just kidding. I was just kidding. Because like, they walked the fuck out. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just kidding. So anyway. So I'm like, fuck them. And the thing is, like, I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to kill these niggas. And the fucking thing is, like, it was Ku Klux Klan, though. It was nobody else but Ku Klux Klan in the store. There was only half black people, and then there's this one bitch I knew that I went to school with at some point, or seen her before, but we're the same age. And I'm like, you're fucking that KKK ass nigga. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. You gonna get killed too. And she was like, I'm calling the police. And I'm like, okay, call the police. And then she's like, you're a snitch. I'm like, how am I a snitch? You're calling the police, bitch. Call the police, cause I'm gonna kill your ass too. And then it's funny, cause I'm like, I knew both of them. But I don't remember how. They had to go to school and leave at the same time or some shit. Because I know they were a couple. And it's weird. I didn't know anybody out there. Those are the only motherfuckers I swear I knew. So it was really weird. You know what I'm saying? And she looked like she was my age, and I didn't know for sure. And once she started talking to me, and she was whispering and shit, like, oh, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. That's when I was like, yeah, bitch. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm on her. And then I was like, so what's up? And she's like, you're fucking crazy. I'm calling the cops. I'm like, yeah, call them, because I'm a snitch, though. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to kill you, right? And I'm going to tell them when they fucking get here, too. So then they kept trying to follow me around, shit. Da-da-da. I'm sleeping outside. It really wasn't that cold. It was the dead of winter. It really wasn't that cold, though. So, yeah, that's what happened. I was being guided to explain that. So, yeah, and then it says fake, killer. Yeah, so the sheriff was fake. The fire department was fake. Fucking... What else? Someone else is fake too. Oh yeah, and then the fire department tried talking to me. They were the only ones that tried talking to me. The hospital, everyone else didn't try talking to me. I'm like, listen, I don't give a fuck. You're not taking me nowhere. You're fake. And then he got nervous. He's like, wait. And then he looked around, and I'm like, no, what's wrong? I'm like, you real, right? I'm like, if you real, you can't arrest me because you fake, nigga. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Leave. He's like, oh, well, wait. I'm like, we got to call. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Leave. And then I walked the fuck off. Then he just acted like he was looking for somebody else and left. So, yeah, fake, killer, hospital. Yeah, then they tried to put me in another fake hospital. And, well, no, the one in Syracuse was real. But then they put me in the first fake hospital that I was aware of, other than Saratoga, because I always thought that was a fake hospital. But, like, it was in Oneida. And I was like, I didn't even know there's a hospital out here. I was just out here. I didn't even know there's a hospital. So they brought me to this hospital that's like literally at the edge of the city. Like the city's so small, it's literally one road. I'm not even exaggerating. Like I wish I was, but I'm really not. So they brought me to this hospital, and I'm like, nah. And it looked so fake. Like niggas just pretend car accident, pretend to hold their arm. Then there's this other motherfucker, this fat motherfucker that's just like, oh well, I'm fat, so obviously I have cancer and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Pretending, and it just looks so fake. Like nigga, I'm an aide. I'm not even a nurse and the shit looks fake. Like an aide, you're trying to be an aide and you just look so fucking fake. How can you not fake to be an aide? They don't do shit. They do like in hospitals they don't really do shit. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they only do like gauze, give you some shit and walk out. In a nursing home, even then, you just not faking good. You just not. It don't even look right. So I'm like, fuck it. So they got me in the hospital. I'm pretending to be retarded. I'm pretending to be high and shit. I'm like, they're like, oh, are you high on heroin? I'm like, yeah. Meanwhile, I don't do heroin. This is the only time I said I did heroin because I was just trying to get away with some shit. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm pretending because I'm off morphine. It's gonna be in my blood system. So I'm like, yeah, I get away with this shit. So I'm pretending. I'm like pretending like I'm high, nodding off and shit. Because the bitch keeps trying to throw some shit in my face. So I'm like, oh, trying to pretend like I'm nodding off so she can't throw it in my face. And I'm trying to make think I'm high that is fucking with me, right? And then she's like, she's like, yeah, we're gonna do an assessment. I'm like, oh, but I really need to go. Nothing's wrong with me. She's like, oh, well, I'm like, no, I need to go. Nothing's wrong with me. She's like, oh, well, I'm like, no, I'm not signing shit. She's like, oh, but we need. I'm like, I'm not signing shit. She's like, what about that? I'm not signing shit. Then they got the point. And then she's like, okay. So then she tried to bring me somewhere. I walked the fuck out. Walked right out the motherfucking hospital room. They're like, wait. They tried to grab me. I walked right the fuck out and walked right the fuck where I was sleeping outside at. I said, bitch, I'm going right here and I'm sleeping outside this bitch like I wasn't just down the block. Anyway, so, yeah, psychopath. Fake killer. So someone's fake. Killer, hospital, psychopath. I heard that's when they realized I was a psychopath. Because of my journal. I kept having dreams and I was writing down my dreams. And I didn't write down in detail because I always knew someone was going to steal my shit. Because I knew my family was trying to do it and they was trying to read it when I wasn't in there. But they thought they was late, but they never got the chance to. You know what I'm saying? Only person I did was my grandma. She really didn't get to read it like that. So I wrote a dream channel down. The last dream I wrote was the day before I went to Syracuse. Meaning 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Like she read the book the night I fell in a coma. I mean, she read it. And she saw on my channeling that I would do for reading. It's like, okay, someone's gonna get killed, da-da-da. And then I started reading just like this. Hey, just so you know, I just channeled this, da-da-da, let's pull the cards. So she read all that. And then I put channel 1, channel 2. And then I put collective, personal, pick a card. You know what I'm saying? So she knew I was a psychic, I was a tarot reader, I was a witchcraft. I was a witch. And then I would do mediumship, so I would write down everything I was hearing from like my spirits that I was contacting. I don't use candles. I can contact a spirit right now. Like I do this shit all the time. If I knew I was talking to my aunt, I write down everything she said. If I knew I was talking to my grandpa, I write everything she said. If I knew I was talking to my mom, I write down everything she said. And it will confirm it is now I'm talking to my mom, right? Now the dream catcher she made is moving in my room. I'm talking to my aunt, right? Now her picture is flying across my room. I'm talking to my grandpa, right? Now now all of a sudden I go in the living room, some weird shit happens. You know what I'm saying? So, or someone starts talking about my grandpa, or my uncle comes in. Both their names Robert. You know what I'm saying? So this shit gets weird. So she's reading all my shit. My last dream, the most recent thing I wrote in there. Meanwhile, I stopped writing for months because I'm like, nah, someone's trying to steal my ideas. I'm homeless. Someone's not gonna get my ideas. Someone's not gonna get all this. So I stopped writing in the book. I just write my dreams. So I wrote my dream, and it was about how it was the night before I went to Syracuse. I was in the was I sleeping outside? No, I was in the women's shelter. It was a domestic violence shelter. Meanwhile, I didn't even ask to be put in a domestic violence shelter. They just automatically put me in one, and I didn't realize it till I got there. And I'm like, see, that's how I know this thing's trying to set me up. Because I was trying to avoid telling them I'm DV, and they kept asking. They're like, are you DV? Are you DV? I'm like, no. Like, I didn't tell nobody I was DV for so long until, like, literally, like, last month in Albany. Even then, that was like 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would say I'm DV, but I'm like, I'm not writing a police report. Like, the first time when I first, like, left my grandma's house, I went to DSS. They were like, oh, you need to file a police. I'm like, I'm not filing a police report on my family. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if they try and kill me. I'm not filing a police report. She's like, oh, well, you need to. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not getting help. She's like, I guess you're not. And I walked the fuck out. That was just that. I was sleeping outside for months. Then I finally went back. They eventually let it slide without the police report. So I never did it. And then they would fill it out like a lies agent or something. I'd be like, no. I'd be like, yes, I'm DV, but no, I don't want to speak to them because they already knew. And they were like, oh, you can't give me false information. I'm like, okay, so I just put, I'm not speaking to them and I'm not filing a police report. And then eventually they had no choice but to give me food stamps and all the other shit. But I'm a snitch though. Anyway, so my point is, then fucking, what was I talking about? I heard that had somebody in shot. Anyway, literally went silent and then I couldn't think no more. Yeah, but so then after that, what was I talking about? HRA? Oh, so I left. So the dream I had the night before was in the shelter. They finally put me in a room by myself because I was cussing them. I was cussing everybody out in the house because I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck who the fuck up in this shelter. This is a woman's shelter. This is a woman's and children. There's no kids up in here. I don't give a fuck. We're sharing the same room. You not getting high in here with me, my nigga. I don't do drugs. You not getting high in here with me. She's like, oh, da da da. I'm like, she's like, I'm not getting high. I'm like, bitch, you lying like a motherfucker. I just smelt the shit, and bitch, you smoke meth. I'm like, meanwhile, the only reason that pissed me off, I didn't really care, but it was literally making me lose weight. Like literally, I was there like 2 to 4 days. I lost like 20 pounds. Meanwhile, I'm getting contact high. So I'm mad because I'm like, bro, now you're affecting my health. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was literally getting so high. Like, I didn't even have to get high. Like, I was getting high. And I liked this shit. And it was triggering me because I literally just, you know what I'm saying? I was still doing drug counseling for the cocaine. You know what I'm saying? What do you call it? Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing coke, but I was still doing counseling from when I started the counseling. And I was just getting off of Ativan, so I was going through withdrawal. I finally got off of that. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to do counseling. So I'm like, bro, you're not about to have me on new drugs that I know I can't handle. Because I know that shit smell good. And I know I like the hot way I feel. So you ain't having me doing that shit. And I know you feel it. And it ain't even doing shit to me. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that shit. So you not smoking in the room with me. She's like, oh, I'm not smoking. I'm like, bitch, stop lying. I'm like, she's like, oh, you're harassing me. I'm like, bitch, I'm not harassing nobody. She's like, oh, I'm going to tell. I'm like, I'm calling the cops. I'm like, call the cops, bitch. I'm like, you look like a crackhead. I'm like, you literally look like you smoke meth. Shut the fuck up. She's like, oh, da da da. I'm like, bro. I'm like, you literally are so dumb. You just walked out into the hallway and said the shit on camera. I'm like, you're dumb. I'm definitely not going to jail now. I'm like, you're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. So she felt uncomfortable. She felt unsafe. They tried to make it seem like it was me. Put me in a room by myself. They already was like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas know what the issue is. I get there. They supposed to set me up before I even get there type shit. You know what I'm saying? So niggas already know what it is. They acting wish-washy. So motherfucking the bitch. Meanwhile, the only reason it was really pissing me off, I really didn't care if she was getting high in the room. I didn't care I was really losing weight. Like I said, shit, free high, I'm getting high. It ain't affecting me. I'm losing weight. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't like being skinny, though. So that did piss me off. Because I was, like, not skinny, but I was slim thick. And I didn't like how slim I was. And I already was slim thick, so it pissed me off. But the only issue that bothered me is literally her. She slept by the window. My nigga, you could open the window. You sleep by the window. And then on top of that, out on the other side of the window is the porch where niggas are supposed to smoke at. You're just being lazy. She goes outside to smoke a cigarette every fucking day, but she smokes meth in the room. Meanwhile, the whole house smells like meth anyway. So you could have just smoked a cigarette in the room. You could have just smoked the meth in there. So it just pissed me off because it just made me realize she's a dumb meth head. So it just really got me fucking tight. And I knew the bitch was from nothing but Schenectady because, actually no, she's from Albany, but lived in Schenectady because I seen this bitch walking around prostituting mad times. Acting just as dumb. So the shit was funny. And then she was like, oh. I'm like, I didn't ask her where she was from, but she just was like niggas knew I was psychic because I was doing voodoo and shit in the room, whatever. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? If you tell me not to do it, I'm not going to do it. Tarot cards, whatever. I don't give a fuck about tarot cards. You just gotta have to just go somewhere else. Simple. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if I'm doing, like, candle work and shit like that, I get it. Like, the shit gets weird. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty much, I was like, she was weirded out, but she wasn't going to say anything. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, I just stopped doing it when she's in the room, and I stopped doing it that much. Even the tarot cards. It's like, she's uncomfortable, I'm not going to do it. Simple. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if she's trying to set me up, whatever. I'm not going to be an asshole. You know, she's respecting my boundaries, I'm respecting hers. That's when she started getting disrespectful with the shit. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to call the bitch out. I don't give a fuck. Meanwhile, the other bitches wasn't in the room no more, and it's just us two. You wasn't smoking meth when everybody that smoked meth was in here. You smoking meth when everybody done left, and it's just me. You're trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? I know when a bitch is trying to be funny. You're trying to be funny. I'm not fucking with that. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm trying to fucking, avoid getting mad. Because, like, the bitch is acting like, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, she already has, like, a drape over its bunk beds. In COVID, so you can't have someone on the bunk with you. So she has something draped, so I can't see her. I'm like, that's fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? She just wants her privacy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So I did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But the thing was, she kept playing like she wasn't getting high. I'm like, can you not smoke in here? You know what I'm saying? Because then it was getting to the point where it was, like, getting on my nerves because I was getting too high. Like, nigga, how am I this high and I'm literally not even smoking the shit? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro. She's like, oh, it's just my vape. Meanwhile, she gonna pull this fucking dab card out that's green. Bitch, you so fucking stupid. They don't even... Dabs is gold and yellow. I already know you smoking K2 dabs. Because what the fuck is that, my nigga? That is meth dabs. That is crack, man. I don't know. Angel dust. That shit is crazy. And she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, do you want it? I'm like, hell no. Nah. Hell motherfucking no. Nah. I got a pen and everything. Hell no. Nah. I already had dabs. You know what I'm saying? On me. I had a vaporizer, so I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I just was tired of smoking. I was tired of all that because my mental health was really fucked up. Like, PTSD was fucking me. But anyway, so back to the dream thing. They finally put me in a room by myself because I was getting tired of it. They were smoking out the whole house. Meanwhile, it's a woman's shelter. The bitch is pregnant, smoking so damn. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Like, she can do what she want to do. She probably don't want the kid because she's smoking more than anybody else in this bitch. I'm like, whatever. That's her business. I just don't want to get high, and I don't want to see the shit because it's depressing watching somebody get that high. You have to be depressed, suicidal, or have some mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck it. Like, and she was from Florida, so I'm like, I know this bitch is sick in the head. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. And she act like a delusional, crazy fucking Florida bitch, just like my family. So I'm like, oh great, Florida woman. Florida woman. I'm like, great. So I'm good. Then this other fucking old lady. She got her hair dyed the same color as me, but she got gray hair. And she's like, oh yeah, Gansford. I'm like, great, this bitch is from my area, bitch. I'm like, I knew this fat bitch looked familiar. And I'm pretty sure that's the same bitch that used to come to my grandma's house, high as hell, when I was like 5, talking about, and she was pregnant. Now I think about it, that's exactly what it was, because this bitch would get high, and then literally be like, in the room for hours, and it used to piss me off. That's when I started cussing their ass the fuck out, because I'm like, bro, you're not about to be doing this shit for 6 hours straight. Everybody else is getting high, but you was getting mad. I know I'm not tripping. You just getting fucking annoying. Like, bitch, I can't handle this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to sit here and sit quiet, nigga. Niggas think because I'm quiet, I'm not. No, it's just you ain't pissing me off that bad. You ain't annoying me that bad. You know what I'm saying? Once I get tired, I'm gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm just simply knowing I'm not gonna get anywhere with shit, whatever. But even if I know I'm not gonna get nowhere, I'm gonna state it so at least I know. You know what I'm saying? At least I tried type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't doing shit, they ain't changing it, whatever. Just ignore the shit. I'm like, fuck it. Maybe I should just go out more. Go get some food more. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't keep shit in the fridge. I don't trust them. They're gonna try and poison my shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't trust them. Just like the places I was at. So now they give me my own room. They're like, oh, you want your own room? I'm like, no, because if I want it, then you're not gonna give it to me. Then they give me my own room. I'm like, all right, bet. So I get my own room. Meanwhile, they're smoking so much. There's a door stopper under it because that's the room for the baby and the mom. And there's no babies in there. And you know what I'm saying? Tell me why there's so much smoke. I'm getting contact high in the fucking room. They smoked the whole house out because the work. Like they need like every now and then I smell a crack rock, but that's like Social Security ran low, food stamps ran low. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just crazy. So yeah, I had a dream that night before I left and went to Syracuse because I got tired of the shit. I'm like, listen, I'd rather be in the hood. Like this is the hood, but this ain't the hood. Like you know what I'm saying? This is like less dangerous than Syracuse or Schenectady. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's not that. You know what I'm saying? I know I'd rather just go to the hood type shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get a job, I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here. I done applied to how many jobs while sleeping outside and in a room and in the fucking truck. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. So, I had a dream that night, and I had a dream, I was like, it was weird as hell. I was like in a car, and it was like bird's eye view. And it was like a car riding around the mountains. And the thing is, I literally saw it was like, then it zoomed in and it was like, we were looking in through the car front window and it was me and my grandma and my grandma's friend that was my neighbor. His name was Gus, rest in peace. He might be dead, he might not be, so let me not say rest in peace. That nigga old as hell. That nigga was perfect good condition. Oh my god, I said conviction. Yeah, that nigga was trying to fuck too. Shit got awkward real quick. Like, nigga, I came over here to be nice and clean your fucking floors. I am not trying to prostitute. I know I look like a prostitute because I'm bald-headed whole shit summer, and I got this crop top on. I'm trying to see what niggas at. He's not even that, like, he can't not do it. Like, he's so old, but the only difference is he just couldn't see shit. So he wanted me to come over and do something for him. And he already was, like, trying to mop. So I was like, fuck, I'll just do it for him real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can do it, but he's dead ass, like, 94. Like, he's too functional for his age anyway. You know what I'm saying? He already does everything by himself. He's got guns in there. He's ex-military. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was showing me the gun. Like, this nigga had real, like, this shit was cool. Nigga had ARs. And that's when I realized the gun my grandpa had was real. Because he knew my grandpa from working at the city. And it was the same exact gun. Except he had a newer version. And he had the old version just like my grandpa. And his was bigger. So I'm like, okay, well, at least I know. It's a good thing I didn't shoot myself. Because I really was going to shoot myself that day. And then I realized there's no bullets anyway. Because I looked down the barrel. And I couldn't see nothing. But I could just, I'm like, this is too light. I'm like, this is either fake or there's nothing in here. And I'm like, I don't think my grandpa's that dumb to leave it on the wall with bullets in it. But I'm like, at the same time, I don't know. He's ex-military. He probably got it on there just in case to shoot Junebug ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Keep one bullet up in that bit. So I ain't, you know what I'm saying? And then I fucked with the trigger. And I, like, held it up and everything. Because, you know, I used to play games. I used to be obsessed with guns when I was younger. And my friend had a gun. She had, like, hunting guns. Like, her shit was all pink. She was 5th grade. She knew how to use it and everything. what I'm saying? And then Joelle. But yeah, someone doesn't realize that bitch is really crazy, and she will really shoot you if she wants to. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that bitch had like a rifle. Then she had like a BB gun. And then she had a real life gun. But like we would like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just sneak around, like hold them when her mom was around, shit like that. But anyway, yes, I knew, you know what I'm saying, how to hold and everything. Cause she told me, she's like, no, you don't hold it like that, stupid. I wasn't not holding it right, but she was telling me I wasn't standing right. She's like, you're supposed to stand like this. So I was holding right, but she's like, you just gotta stand right. Or she's like, if you shoot it like that, you're literally gonna fall over. And you're literally gonna like hit yourself with a gun. Like she's like, it's gonna, she said that's how I knew what she was talking about. Cause she said the bank, I forget what the fuck it's called. Like pretty much like the shit's gonna come back on my face type shit. Like an idiot. Like you remember that video on Facebook? The bitch hit her? Yeah, that type of shit. So I was like, oh, and then I was holding it, and she's like, yeah, she's like, look through the sight. She's like, pointing at the squirrel. She's like, don't shoot it, though. And I'm like, okay. She's like, great. She's like, let's put it back before my mom comes type shit. I was like, all right, bet. So my grandpa, like, I started playing with it. I started messing with the trigger, because it was loose. I'm like, I know it's not going to do anything, because it's loose. But I didn't pull it, because I knew it was going to shoot. Meanwhile, I'm autistic, so I'm mega fucking dumb and slow. This is the only thing I had common sense with. So I'm like, all right. I'm also getting something happened with Jagger. I don't remember. I heard gun. Which is crazy, because this nigga definitely had a lot of shit that he wasn't supposed to have as a kid. But he was too smart for his own good, so his mom would just be like, whatever. Like, he's not that dumb. Like, he's a jackass. He, you know, he might be like, act like he's that dumb, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I was playing with the trigger, and then I saw the little flippy thing. I don't know what that shit's called. I really don't. That's the only thing I probably don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it looks like a trigger, but it's like, it's on the top of it. It's a rifle. But like, yeah, like, I kept I had to flip it, because I knew that was gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what was gonna make the shit work. You know what I'm saying? If there's a bullet in there, I'm definitely gonna have the shit work now. So I, you know, I didn't mess with it, but I looked at it and I'm like, okay. And I held it, and I was like, okay. Like I put it up to my shoulder, everything, put it back on the wall. I'm like, I'm about to get my ass whooped. Try to put it as straight as I could. I forgot I was going with that. Oh, the old nigga. So I had the dream about the old guy that knew my grandpa, and it was me, him, and his me, my grandma, and him in the car. And we were driving around the mountain and we're laughing and shit. It was like, oh, that was a great time, da da da. Thank you guys for that time. And my grandma was like, yeah. And at first it was me and him in the front seat, and then it was me and her in the front seat, and then it was him and her when she started explaining something. So it was perception. So then I'm like literally like, oh, she's like, oh, like let me talk to you, and then literally we like disappear, and then we end up in a house, like this old cabin type house. So it's like the nigga took us hunting or some shit, because I don't really remember the whole dream, but I remember he was like taking us like in the mountains to like some cabin, like some resort type shit, like oh, vacation type shit. Like he had hunting rifles and all that shit, like it was weird. But like anyway, so which is funny because like I forgot the nigga had guns. I never put that together till now. But yeah, so meanwhile this nigga had the shit on his wall too. He had like 6 of them on his wall. He did not give a fuck. Oh man, they were saying that's the type of nigga, he can't walk fast enough, but he gonna make sure you get to that gun fast enough and shoot your ass quick enough. Like my grandpa type shit. And it was funny because he reminded me of the white version of my grandpa, but like a sweeter version. But anyway, so mostly hearing my grandma liked him. This was just funny because I was low-key like, listen, I could deal with a step grandpa because the nigga rich and he cool as hell. If grandpa saying, I'm gonna fuck with you too. But anyway, low-key, I was wishing they dated. I wasn't gonna say it, but I was low-key wishing they dated. I think I did say something like that too, and she was like, I'm too old for that shit or something. I was like, do you like him or something like that? I don't know. But anyway, so I had the dream, and we got back, and we just like, me and my grandma disappeared, and then all of a sudden we were in this cabin, and then I was watching a TV, and it was like, you know that music video Gucci Flip Flops that Danielle made? Danielle Bergoli? It was like that. Like I was staring at the TV just like that, like I was under mind control or hypnosis or some shit, and I was watching a whole bunch of weird shit, and then I'm like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? And then I try to look at the TV, and then like Sexy Red type shit when she tried to go on TV, Fat Albert type shit. Yeah, I tried to go on the TV, and then all of a sudden it switched, and then like I went back in the chair, and the TV was gone, and I was sitting on my grandma's lap, and she was holding me as a baby, but I never knew what I looked like at that age. So it's like she's holding me, she's rocking me, and she's like touching my face, and she's like, and she's like doing like, she's like humming, singing like a lullaby. Then out of nowhere, right, it switches. And then all of a sudden I'm holding my grandma, and she's like old, the same age as she is with no wig on. And I'm just rocking her. And I'm like in 5th grade. I'm the same age as I was in 5th grade. And I'm holding her. And then I switched to a full-blown adult, but it like a grown-ass woman. But it's like, it's how I would imagine I would look at 23. But the thing is, I literally was like 33 or something, and my hair was straightened. It was natural. You know what I'm saying? I looked like a lawyer almost. Like I was a businesswoman. know what I'm saying? And I was holding her and I was rocking her, and she looked at me and she's like, "Beeb, I'm so sorry." She's like, and then I was like, it switched back and to my 5th grade me, and I was holding her as an older woman still, and she's like, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "I couldn't do it." She's like, "I'm sorry I did you like that." She's like, it's just what I went through. It was the abuse I went through. She's like, "I was raped too," and I was like, "What?" But I was confused because I'm like, "Grandma, why?" And I started crying. I'm like, "Why?" And I'm like thinking like maybe she died and I didn't know. This is like a few months. This is a few years before she died, and this is yeah. Anyway, so this one just turned 21. So well, halfway through 21. And she's like, "Oh," she's like, "I'm sorry." And then my face, she's like, "I'm sorry, I did you like that." And then I was like, "What?" And then I touched my face and I couldn't feel my face. And then I looked at the TV and I saw like it was like mind control. And then it switched back and I had the face of the Joker on. And I was smiling. And I had green hair and then red lipstick on and I was laughing. And she's like, "I'm sorry. She's like, "I'm the way," she said, "I'm sorry you're the way you are because of me." And then I looked at my arms and she disappeared. And then I was a grown ass woman. And I took that as a sign of growth, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, the trauma growing, like, you know what I'm saying, like, she, like, and it's funny because my grandma, like, sometimes I'll be like, "Yo, I had a dream of Rosa last night." She's like, that's crazy, I had a dream too." Then my brother come over, "Oh, I had a dream too." Then my aunt, "I had a dream too." Then my cousin in the house, "I had a dream too." Nigga, that's my mom. How the fuck we all had a dream of my mom? I heard it's the Freemasonry bloodline. But yeah, the shit got really weird. But then that was the last dream I had. And that's when I stopped. Like I said, I had stopped writing in this book for like months at this point, and I wasn't even really doing tarot readings anymore. I was just reading for myself because I was too busy focusing on all the ops and shit. And then that's why I moved out and shit. And I still wasn't writing in them like that. And then literally when I went to the hospital, that's the last thing I journaled, and I had the date on it. It was like I thought my dad was my dad because I'm like, there's no way he treated me like shit. I don't understand the dream, but the dream was like my dad was in the cut and the light was on him, but the light was on me. And then there's this random man that came, but there was no light on him, and we were in the church, and he kept talking to me, and he kept playing with me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, da da da," and I'm getting that was a symbolization of a father figure, because he wasn't being my father. At the time, I thought it was like, okay, maybe someone else is my dad, because I really just didn't want to believe my dad's just not shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I already knew he wasn't shit, but I'm like, there's no way he can be even more not shit. So it's just really weird. And then I went over to him in my like church dress and my church shoes and my church socks. You know those black shoes and the like little Dorothy socks, the white socks with the bow on it? I had those. That's how you know I was a real church girl. I was an usher. Anyway, I played the little tambourine in the back. Don't get it fucked up now. So then I heard Destiny too. But yes, then I walked over and I walked over to my dad, and he was by the drums and the piano where it was in my church, and he was crossing his arms, which is weird because that's where the casket was when my mom got buried. And he crossed his arms, and he was like, "Nope," and he looked away. Meaning, like, and that's exactly how he acts. So I'm getting like he actually had a legitimate reason to. "Oh, you don't think I'm your dad? Well, fuck it, I'm not your dad because I don't like you anyway, bitch." You know what I'm saying? So some shit like that. But I didn't understand that. I thought it meant like he's not my dad. And then my aunt came over and she's like, "Beeb, trust him, but don't trust him." And she's like, and then she was like, "Trust this man," and it was some random man from the church. So I'm getting that was a sign that father figures that they know I could trust in and take care of me because they knew my dad wasn't shit, but they weren't gonna admit it type shit. So yeah, and my aunt was already dead. Obviously, she died 2020. She died 2012. My grandma died 2011. She died 2012. My mom died 2013. My uncle died 2014. My godmother died 2014. My cousin died 2010. And then I had like it's just someone died every year up until 2015, and then I stopped keeping track. So I had over 15 people die before I turned 12. So anyway, yeah. Then it says psychopath disassociated, which is funny, because in the hospital I was disassociated. And the other thing I wrote in the book was that I was trying to figure out what mental health issues I had. So I kept writing like notes on multiple personality disorder and PTSD and borderline personality. Oh, then they diagnosed me with PTSD. Then they diagnosed me with borderline. Then they diagnosed me with chronic PTSD. Then they diagnosed me with multiple personality stop. Re-diagnosed me with it with split personality stop. Said multiple personality stop. I'm getting that's what they got at the hospital as a diagnosis, and they're not gonna tell me because then when I went to rehab, they didn't tell me, but they're like, "Oh, it said something about like I have like I technically have like 9, 10, 11 diagnoses, but they wouldn't tell me that it was from Syracuse." So it was like multiple personality, some type of like separation disorder. I don't know, some weird shit, paranoid disorder, some all shit connected to the same shit. Just and then there was like another thing of like multiple personality. They were all psychotic tendency disorders. Then I had psychoactive bipolar disorder, which makes a lot of sense because I even wrote that in my book. I only write, you know what I'm saying, and I wrote that in my book because I was trying to. My psychiatrist told me as a part of therapy, like, you know what I'm saying, write down my dreams, write down like journal, and I would just put non-detailed journals, and then I would write down new diagnosis I thought I had and shit like that, and emotions I had and shit like that, and that's when I started connecting dots. So she read that shit too, and I was literally writing I literally wrote down that I only hear voices when I get extremely mad. I only hear and see shit when I get extremely mad. At the most like madness to where I can't control it, where I'm literally gonna kill somebody. I don't get that mad that often. It's only happened like 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? I bug out all the time, but like it's never happened. Like that's how I know I have had anger issues. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so then they tried to say I had psychoactive, schizoaffective, psychosis, bipolar disorder, some crazy shit, bro. Then they tried to say I had it's just some crazy, it's like a whole too much shit. Like I got like 13 diagnoses because of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? These niggas stress me out. Then they said I had someone tried to say it, but then they tried to take it back real quick. I had Homestuck syndrome. You know what I'm saying? The same bitch that like literally like looked at me and I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill my family, this and that, but I'm not gonna do it, and I'm gonna get a gun to protect myself. I think she thought I was plotting. So she was just like, and then she looked me in my face. Meanwhile, this is our last appointment because she's going to a whole different facility. I'm guessing because she probably thought I was gonna kill her or some shit. She looked me in my eyes. She's like, Habiba, you're a sociopath. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, the fuck is a sociopath? She's like, exactly. I'm like, what? And she's like, nothing. She's like, anyway. And I'm like, wait, so, and then she asked about my business. She's like, how's it going? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you want my social media? She's like, no. I'm like, okay. All right. I'm getting, it's a psychopath. Anyway, so then I looked it up, and it's like antisocial personality disorder. But that's like my first diagnosis since kindergarten, so I don't understand. They used to tell me that all the time. That's why they put me in separate classes, like with the special kids, and then they took me out. Cause like they told me I was antisocial. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then they said I had a personality disorder, but I didn't understand I was slow. So now I'm connecting the dots. But yeah, she told me I was a sociopath. And she was like there when I was at my grandma's, and then she was there after I moved out. So she literally went to a whole different facility in a whole different county. I was like, okay, I must be that crazy then. I looked up a sociopath. I was like, that actually hurt my feelings. Because I'm like, damn, bitch, I can feel emotions, and I know you see me cry, and I know you feel my emotions. But it's like, she would always say, like, you have a lack of emotions. You have a lack of emotions. You have a lack of emotions. I'm like, whatever. Because, like, I'm, like, doing anger management with her. I'm like, how do I have a lack of emotions? That doesn't even make sense. But, yeah. But I'm getting it's because the only emotion I feel is anger and happiness. You know what I'm saying? And then paranoia. So, yeah, it's just crazy, bro. It's just crazy. So, my point was, is where am I? So, the rehab, yeah, they said all this shit. I don't fucking know. I didn't even get to finish all the notes. So, yeah, I'm getting she picked up because I was writing that shit down. And then what they were, like, probably trying to diagnose me with, because I was like, hey, I think I have borderline personality disorder. He's like, okay, we'll work on an assessment. I think I have PTSD, we'll work on an assessment. Now I go to rehab, now I have chronic PTSD, now I have borderline personality. So, meanwhile, they still don't want to give me medication, though. I'm also getting, another reason they want to give me medication is because I have too many diagnoses. They can't medicate me, but the only thing that they could is for the mania. And even then they can't because I'm extremely too psychotic. So then I put disassociated. Because I was disassociating, which is funny because I left the hospital disassociating. And I literally was like vibrating because I was so high. Like my body was vibrating. So, you know what I'm saying? My muscles was damaged. Now they're still damaged too. But like if I work out, it doesn't bother me at all. It's just only when I'm like not working out and shit. Like it's really weird. But it's like it's not when I'm not working out, it's just like when I literally have like no muscle mass. It's really weird. Like it makes sense. Like I'm weak and then I don't have muscle on top of the weak muscle, so it's just gonna collapse. So yeah, so then I'm like vibrating the shit. She's like, oh, sign the paper. She's like, Habiba, you're not stupid. Sign that paper. Sign that paper. Because she's African. I'm like, I'm not signing. Like I didn't tell her shit. I just acted like I was retarded. And I was like, Meanwhile, she didn't even realize at first I really couldn't talk. So it's just funny because I really couldn't even get up out the bed at first. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't even talk, and I was talking. Like the thing is, I could talk fast in my head and I could process everything, but I was talking really slow. Like I was like, I need to go bathroom. Like I was like almost like I had like brain damage, which I really did though. Like I was so fucked up for months. I know I had brain damage, and then I had PTSD. So every time I thought about the shit, I used to have seizures in the drop-in center in Utica. Literally, like I'd like I would literally think about it, and then I couldn't. I would get so mad. I'm like, I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill my family. Like I'm saying, I can't go back. Like I want to go back to Albany, can't. I'm gonna kill them. So I had to get an apartment out here, and then literally I would start seizing, or I would be so emotionally distraught I couldn't feel my emotions. And then once I finally did feel my emotions, I would start seizing. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. Like it's like I don't feel my emotions for so long, and then once I finally do, I start seizing. It happened like 3 times, 4 times already. That's the only time. And I didn't believe it, but then the only reason I believed it is because this one friend I had, she said she literally gets seizures from the PTSD she has from abuse because she's in a domestic violence relationship. And she's the one that put me on the spirituality. Like, I already knew about it, but I didn't know about magic and Like, I knew about manifestation and, like, simple shit, but I didn't know about angel numbers. So she kept telling me about angel numbers, and that's all she really put me on to. But then it just led me to go into it more. And she's like, that's cool and all, but why do you still believe in Jesus? She's like, he's not fucking real. But the way she's being an asshole about it, I'm like, bitch, you just being an asshole. Why would I want to believe you when you're straight up being a cunt about it? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, psychopath, disassociated illusion. I'm also getting, someone knows I'm a psychopathic, I heard killer, because I disassociate too much, and I get so delusional to the point where I know it's the truth, but I'm in denial about it because I want to kill somebody so bad. So illusion, left house. So I'm getting the police is talking about how I left my house, and like I said, yeah. I'm also getting the police talking about anyway, house, which is funny because I kept saying if I come, I'm gonna just say it because I'm gonna do it anyway. So that's if motherfuckers touch me, and I'm gonna have to touch somebody at some point. So, and I literally kept saying, if I commit a murder and I try to hide the body, I'm gonna use my left hand. And I'm left-handed, but nobody realizes that. So I'm gonna just use my left hand because everybody thinks I'm right-handed, and I'm not shit but left-handed. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I don't do is write with my left hand, so I'm definitely gonna use my left hand because I'm a left-hand shooter. Anyway, so I was purposely trying to look up how to use my left hand with a gun because I didn't have a gun to learn with at the time, and I was already planning on going to gun range and shit, and niggas didn't want to go no more. But I heard that was destined because they weren't supposed to learn how to shoot. I heard it was too good. So anyway, so I heard too powerful as well because the motherfuckers I already was going with already knew how to shoot. They already had guns. You know what I'm saying? They got their own shit. So let's see. So it says real life. So something's real life. Real life psychosis. I'm also getting someone realizing I'm real life African. I'm real life aware of being African. I'm real life, like someone's like, oh my god, but she really did have an accent. Nobody realized. Yeah. Real life psychosis. Because I keep sounding African. I'm not trying to do it on purpose. Just the way my voice is. I'm also getting, I'm splitting right now. That's why. So, psychosis. See, I can't help it though. Real life. I'm disassociating right now too, so that makes a lot of sense. Real life plan. So yeah, the police are talking about how I left the house and I had a real life plan. Because like I said, I was talking about it before I left the house. They didn't know that. I just said I was going to the hospital. I'm like, literally they pissed me off because I'm like, yo, y'all gotta help me with grandma. I can't handle this. I'm like, my mental health's too bad. I can't take care of her by myself. You know what I'm saying? Then niggas like, oh, well, you're not doing this and that and you're not even home and da-da-da. Bitch, I'm home all the time. I'm not home because I go to work, my nigga. You don't even have a job. Shut the fuck up. Then I start cussing niggas out in the group chat that I made with all my family members, all my immediate family, and then they're just dogging me in the group chat. So I'm like, all right, bet, fuck y'all. Left the whole group chat, left all the group chat they put me in. That was fake anyway. They was trying to get information on me so they can line me up. Fuck them. Left it. You know what I'm saying? Then I got so mad. Then I was like, grandma, I'm like, they got some fucking nerve. And then she said, oh, well, look at the way you treat me. I was like, fuck it. And I started bugging the fuck out. And then Junebug pissed me off. And I was like, ah! And then I walked the fuck out. I walked so damn fast. It takes me like 25 minutes to get to the hospital. It took me 10. No exaggeration. 10 minutes. Because I looked at the clock. Because I was walking so fast. I'm like, how did I get to the end of the road already? So I looked at the clock at the beginning of the bridge. I looked at the clock at the ending of the bridge. I was like, damn, bitch. It took me 8 minutes. And then I literally got to the hospital. And it was like 11. It was no more than 11 minutes. It was 10 minutes. And then it flipped. So it literally hit just exactly 11 minutes. It was crazy. And then I told my friend too, I'm like, bro, it literally took me, maybe I didn't look at the time right because I'm at the beginning of the bridge, I'm not even at the house, but it wasn't more than a whole minute it took me to get to the end of the road. So regardless, it's literally the max of the time, it took me 15 minutes, meaning it took me 10 minutes less as I already walk fast and be tired, huffing and puffing, smoking a blunt, walking over the bridge, 25 minutes, maybe 20 at least, and now it's 10, 11, 14 minutes, like, you know what I'm saying, max, These niggas got me fucked up. And then I got there, they're like, oh, what you here for? I'm like, homicidal and homicidal thoughts. You know what I'm saying? They're like, and I said suicidal. They're like, oh, but you're not having suicidal ideations? I'm like, no, I just know that you're not going to admit me unless I have a legitimate reason. I'm homicidal and I'm really about to hurt these niggas. Because I really wanted to start it. Meanwhile, when I was younger, like, before I even started working and shit like that, I used to have dreams of beating this nigga's ass all the time because he used to bother me. He would come, still, like, my mom would give me money, put it in my piggy bank. He would come, empty out my whole piggy bank, go buy crack. Little shit like that. Meanwhile, that's my school lunch money. You know what I'm saying? And my mom be like, why you do that to my baby? Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit was annoying. So, I'm also getting someone thinks I call somebody Thor. I don't know. So, yeah, the shit got weird, bro. So I got there, I admitted myself, and they said homicidal ideations. They watched me, they examined me for a few hours. Then, meanwhile, I walked back and forth. I literally walked around in circles. First of all, I was there talking to myself for the first 2 hours, got tired of talking to myself, got up, started doing weird shit. I don't even remember what I was doing. I was just doing weird fucking shit, and that's how I know I have a personality thing. Like, I don't want to believe it, but I do, because now I think about it, I was doing weird shit. Every time I start getting mad and I start doing weird shit. Like, I start moving shit around. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to think about hurt, motherfucker. So I'd be like moving shit around that don't need to be. Like, I get so mad, I start cleaning. I all of a sudden OCD. You know what I'm saying? OCD. So now, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the psych unit, I would get psychotic. I start thinking about killing them niggas. I start folding my bed extremely neat. Start doing it like a housekeeper, tuck the shit. You know what I'm saying? Have it specifically, have my soap a specific angle, my tarot cards a specific angle, my books a specific angle, and the Bible a specific angle, and the Bible a specific place. Then, because I used to read the Bible all the time. I was Christian spiritual, so I'd read the whole Bible. I'd read the Bible every day. I'd read a random verse. I'd flip the pages randomly and then tell him what he wants me to read. I'd read it. It was so heavily related to my life. You know what I'm saying? My grandma said she used to do that shit all the time. That's what made me start doing the shit. I'm like, oh, but you're not spiritual though. Anyway, so I'm also getting that was an L when she tried to lie and say she wasn't spiritual. I'm hearing she's been spiritual since she's 30 or 33. So yeah, so you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it. So I'm doing random shit. Like, I start doing shit, like, I start shaking too. When I get really, like off the top psychotic to where I can't handle my anger, I'm not able to talk anymore. And then I start getting an accent, and then I start shaking. I start shaking. Because I know I'm not going to wait for somebody. I've been watching to wait for niggas to hit me. The only reason I started waiting for niggas to hit me is because I got arrested the first time. I was like, well, y'all niggas ain't gonna catch me like it again, because I'm not hitting nobody the first time again. Then I tried to hit that bitch the second time. She didn't come outside, so I kicked the car door, got arrested for criminal mischief. So, and that's the funny part. I really tried to kick the car door, like, trying to blow off steam. You know what I'm saying? I dented the whole, it was a 2-door. I dented the whole door. So anyway, meanwhile, I was just training to get on the soccer team. So, of course, my legs are strong. And I was also, like, training myself in my room to do kickboxing. So, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm already trying to train myself to do kickboxing. Because I wanted to go to the gym, but I'm like, nah, because bitches already mad. I beat their ass up all the time. So they're going to sit up here and trying to fucking motherfucking up one, like, oh, that's what she does? Let me try and one up her. No, it's not working. So then I'm also getting some about Zays in the chat. Because, like, literally, I didn't even see this book till now. It says Mackenzie. They put fake books in here all the time. But yeah, literally says your name, Bob Mackenzie, and you're Jamaican. So anyway. So yeah, so then, yeah, so I just be doing too much, you know what I'm saying? So I was in the hospital, like, I got so mad, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I've been here 6-8 hours, y'all niggas still haven't put me in the actual psych unit. I'm still in the triage. I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Meanwhile, I finally calmed down. I've been walking around for 4 hours straight in circles, literal circles, and think that's just normal. It was more than 4 hours. It's like 6 hours minimum. Because I was in the, like, triage for 12 hours. So the bitch is looking at me like, bitch, you haven't stopped, period. You haven't stopped to get water. You haven't stopped to go pee. You've literally been walking hours straight and you think that's normal. You haven't looked at the TV. You have a whole TV in the room and your room by yourself. So I'm like, whatever. And then I got so mad. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, am I going to be able to leave? She's like, no. She's like, I'm like, when's the doctor coming? She's like, not yet. I'm like, all right, bet. So I got mad. I'm like, well, I'm a motherfucking leave. I want to leave this shit. I'm going to act so damn crazy, guys. Send my ass to jail. So I motherfucking got mad. So they had this fake wall up because they're trying to fix the wall in the unit. I tried tearing that shit down. I heard, shh. Meanwhile, it's the actual wall. It's like literally screwed to the fucking other wall. So I heard, shh. And I'm like pulling it. There's tape. And I pulled the tape off. I kept pulling it. It almost completely came down. Meanwhile, the shit would have crushed me. But the shit almost completely came down. And she's like, help, help, help. She pushed the button. She's like, we need you to come right now. Bro, literally 6 security guards, hospital police officers came in. and was like, we need you to get the fuck in the bed right now. I'm like, what? They're like, get in the bed, just get in the room. I'm like, oh my god, bro, they about to kill me. They about to Sandra Bland my ass. I'm like, so I started getting paranoid. I'm like, they're gonna act like I died. They're gonna take a specific picture, make the security footage look a certain way, and know damn well I got killed by nothing but security. So I started getting paranoid because I had anxiety at the time, and I didn't take medicine yet. They're not gonna do me like Daryl. They're not gonna do me like Daryl. They're not gonna do me like Daryl. And then meanwhile, they're doing the investigation while they're, I'm in the hospital, so I'm getting paranoid. That shit doesn't bother me now. But like, you know what I'm saying? I used to be paranoid about the police, not even because my cousin died, just because they would always do like foul shit to my family and always arrest them and shit like that, which they deserve. But at the same time, it's like they would do foul shit on top of the shit they already did. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you already arrested the nigga, you don't gotta drag the name, you know what I'm saying? Type of shit. So I'm like, yo, this is gonna do me dirty because I'm related to these niggas. And I'm here trying not to kill these niggas. So I got paranoid. I went in the room, and then I was like, you know what? I started talking shit. I'm like, fuck him. I'm like, that fat ass pig. Fuck him. He ain't even police, but he oinked just like that nigga. I'm like, look at his stomach. Nigga starting to fuck out anyway. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking hella shit. I'm like, and they a bitch anyway. They can't even do shit because they not even 12. I'm like, fuck 12. And then I'm pointing at the camera, and I'm talking to the camera, and I'm like, and they think they smarter than me. I'm like, no one's smarter than me because I have a mastermind mind, and I swear to God, I'll blow this whole fucking hospital up if I fucking want to. Nobody will find out, and I'll fucking leave, and I'll kill your whole family. I was doing a whole bunch of weird shit. And I'm starting to realize, yes, I'm a psychopath. I'm in denial, but now I'm 100% aware. But anyway, so I started doing weird shit, and then I started doing shit. Like I said, I started moving shit around unnecessarily. So then they're like, listen, we're going to sedate you if you don't sit the fuck down. I'm like, y'all niggas ain't going to sedate shit. Bro, meanwhile, I did something. I got mad, and I tried to... Meanwhile, I didn't realize the actual, like, bed frame was, like, for, like, straight jackets and shit. But, like, they literally had it, like, screwed down to the floor. So I flipped the whole mattress. Meanwhile, the mattress is heavy as hell. I didn't even go hold it. So I flipped the whole mattress. Because I don't know. I think I was just trying to intimidate them. Like, yeah, I'll fuck you up in this hospital. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just being evil. Because I just wanted to fight somebody. So I was just trying to give them any problem to fuck me up so I could just fight back low-key. So I, like, flipped the whole mattress. You know what I'm saying? I threw the whole tray across the room. So like, hey, sit the fuck down. I'm like, are you talking to me? I'm like, you ain't talking to me like that. I don't give a fuck. And I was like, nah. And then they're like, just ignore her. So then they stood outside the door. And they started talking shit back. And I'm like, nah, officer, I hear you talking shit. I'm talking shit too. I'm like, so what's up? He didn't want to smoke. So I'm like, whatever. And then I did something that made him, I don't remember why this made me. Oh yeah, because that's what happened. So I pulled down the wall. Then I did some shit. I think I threw the tray at them. Like I threw it out the door. But the thing is, he wasn't close. I wasn't trying to throw it at him. I'm just trying to be an asshole. I'm just tired of... I just kept throwing shit and ripping shit. I did the most. I don't know what I did, but I did something crazy. Like, I either threw the tray at them, or I just started doing unnecessary shit. Like, I started pouring the water on the ground and crushing the cups. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just doing extra shit. So, then all of a sudden, here comes the doctor. I've never seen somebody come in so bad. I wait for the nigga all day just to come in 20 seconds. Not even. Nigga literally came 5 seconds, ran in the unit. They literally had to get the closest nurse because this nigga came in. He had the RN badge. He's like, listen, we're gonna sedate you. Just calm down because I'm gonna have to do it regardless. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't like needles. I don't like needles. He's like, nope, too late. He took 2 needles in both hands and went like this. Boom. I was like, ah! And then I literally like started getting like sleepy. Got it. So then I started falling asleep and I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I'm like, you can't do that. They're trying to do me like Sandra Bland. I'm like, help me. I'm like, oh, grandma's gonna kill you. I'm like, the bitch is fake anyway. I'm gonna kill that bitch. I'm like, she probably had y'all do that. I'm gonna kill that bitch. I'm like, why they had to piss me off, bro? And meanwhile, my grandma had nothing to do with it. I just clearly knew something. Because why was I talking about my grandma like that? You know what I'm saying? So then I got the psych unit. Nobody wants to act like nobody wants to talk to me while I'm in the unit. I'm like, whatever. So I kept calling niggas. They act like I'm not important. So I'm like, fuck them. So then I keep talking to her. I'm like, listen. You know what I'm saying? I want to kill my uncle. Like, he's getting on my nerves. Like, he's been getting on my nerves my whole life. Da-da-da. Meanwhile, the same lady assessed me every time, so she knows. I come back again. After I leave, I'm like, I'm still homicidal. I need medication change. Da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? It's not working. You know what I'm saying? The niggas try to kill me. I don't give a fuck. Like, just don't tell the police, but they try to kill me. And I'm real life going to kill them if they try and kill me. She's like, oh, did you have a plan? I'm like, and I start laughing. And I'm like, no. I'm like, why would I do that? And then she's like, give her the Seroquel. Anyway, so, she's like, why don't you go take your medicine real quick? I'm like, okay. So then she comes back, she starts talking to me, and I'm literally getting sedated. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I had to go to sleep soon. But I'm like, yeah, they're just really pissing me off. They're really making me angry. She's like, I thought you were good with your grandma. I'm like, I was, but the bitch is fake because she clearly knows what they're doing. And if she doesn't, she's just letting it happen to me. So I don't really care. I'll kill her too, just because she's letting it happen. And my life is not important than hers. Like, I'm not taking care of her and doing this and that for her. Like, meanwhile, I have no energy in my voice. She knows something's not right. And then she's looking at me like I'm crazy. Meanwhile, she didn't look at me like I was crazy the other times for suicidal and homicidal thoughts. So she knew something wasn't right. And she's like, Habiba, she's like, it just sounds really weird that you care about your family and now you don't. I'm like, I only really cared about my grandma. My dad always had an issue with me. It's just I really don't care anymore because why is he just letting it happen to me if I'm his daughter? Da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? I sound really nonchalant. Da, da, da. Then she put on the paper multiple personality. And I'm like, bitch, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not a fucking crazy bitch. I'm like, I'm not fucking crazy. I'm like, take your shit the fuck off. I'm like, you're fucking my shit up. Take your shit the fuck off. She's like, Habiba, calm down. She's like, because you're not about to leave today if you don't. I'm like, oh. I'm sorry. I'm like, matter of fact, can I get some Ativan? I'll take the Ativan. Took the Ativan, sat the fuck down. She's like, oh, well, now we're gonna have to keep it for another day. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I'm like, yeah, I got your ass. You try to kill me, you think I got your ass too. And I didn't realize it. Now that I'm saying all this out loud, I'm realizing I literally plot on everybody I think is trying to kill me, and I don't realize it. Without even trying to. You know what I'm saying? So I already have a plan to kill them before I even kill them because I'm already aware of them trying to kill me. So anyway, so literally, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? So that's what happened. So I'm getting something about that too. Left house, real life psychosis. I'm also getting, they try to diagnose me with psychosis now. So it's funny because I went to supportive housing because she sent me from the hospital to supportive housing because I was homeless. I was sleeping outside a few days. I stayed with this woman a few days, and then I left. Was gonna get an Airbnb, save my money, and then I went back to the hospital, and she sent me to supportive housing. I had like $700 saved up. Then I was getting a new check. I had like $600 coming in. I could have got an apartment then too. The month then. That was 2021. Literally like the first. I had it by March. Like Code Blue was about to end. I was like, perfect. Code Blue ends in a week. I'm gonna have exactly enough for an apartment in a week. But the thing is, I went to supportive housing thinking I could save it and just get an apartment when I got there. Then they're like, oh, well, we recommend you spend the money because it's better because then you can get more help. Spend all the money like a dumbass. Got stuck in that bitch and fighting the bitch and getting kicked out anyway. Not even fighting the bitch. I just beat the bitch up and then left. They just sent me to the hospital now. But before I went to the hospital, they sent me from the hospital to supportive housing. And, where's the psychosis? Yeah, so then I got kicked out because I beat the bitch up 4 months later. I was there 4 months. The other bitch in here too. She not slick, trying to dress up like a Mexican. Anyway, she was there. She's the one that called the police. First of all, how'd the police get there in less than 5 seconds? Meanwhile, I blacked out and disassociated so hard that literally I was like, bitch, I'm gonna punch you in your shit if you don't shut the fuck up. Like, so calm. She's like, Habiba, you're not gonna do shit. I'm like, bitch. And then I literally said, bitch. And then I was holding the pot. I wouldn't look left because I knew I put the knife there that I was cutting the chicken up with. The chicken was gone. The cutting board was gone. The knife was gone. Every single knife in there was gone. Meanwhile, we already have the SF for the knife. I was cooking dinner. The pot was gone. The skillets was gone. Everything that I could. These niggas know I could use anything as a weapon because these niggas literally took anything that could be used as a weapon except the chairs that was by her. Gone. And I didn't even see her walk past me one time. Meanwhile, she walked in the same room that I was standing outside of, meaning she had to walk in front of me to go in there. That's how disassociated I was. Meanwhile, I only saw her. So meanwhile, there's not even spoons no more. All the silverware is gone. Butter knife's gone too. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna hit her. Then I don't even remember how I got over that fast. I had to walk over there so fucking fast that I didn't even walk. Like I just stepped on that bitch, literally, like just one step. Like just stepped. Like I swear to God, I was standing there holding the shit. I was like, this. I shook my head, like, nah, bitch, she got me fucked up. Like, and then I was trying to split, cause my brain does this weird thing where I feel like I'm about to seize or bug the fuck out. But because I'm trying to keep myself from bugging the fuck out, I start seizing a little bit. Because I start twitching, and I don't mean to do it. It's like a seizure. So, and then I looked it up. I do be having seizures because I get so angry. I don't realize it. So, literally, so I'm like, I started twitching. And then I was like, no, I'm definitely about to shoot the fuck out the bitch. And then I could feel the bitch staring at me. And I turned around, and next thing you know, I was hitting that bitch like 6 times. I said, boom, 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 boom. Boom! I think I hit this bitch 6 to 7 times. Like I didn't even uppercut. Like I start Keisha this bitch. Like I know how to real life hit a bitch, but I didn't even try and hit this bitch for real. I was so mad. Like I was so mad. I didn't even try and boom boom. You know what I'm saying? No, I straight up like Star Keisha. Like remember Star Keisha? No, and she straight up had her fist sideways and just hit the bitch in there. That's exactly why I hit the bitch 6 times. And she's fat. She's lucky she's fat. That's the only reason she didn't have no blood. She was fat. And the thing is, I hit her one time in the face. Her glasses fell off. She started holding it up to her face. She put her face down to the table. And I got more mad because I'm like, bitch, just let me hit you. Like I felt like the bully from SpongeBob. I'm like, bitch, just let me hit you. Because I knew she wasn't bleeding, and I knew she wasn't hurt, so I kept hitting her. Because I'm like, bro, you're gonna feel this shit. You wanna fuck with me? You're gonna feel this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing is, I kept hitting her, and the thing is, she wouldn't move her face. So I tried to move her face with my fist, and I tried to hit her again. I hit her one more time. I was like, fuck it. Because I'm gonna just stab this bitch next. So I was like, I just walked the fuck out the kitchen, and then I was like, oh my god, bitch, I'm going to jail. So I tried to like walk as like fast as I could up the steps. Before I literally grabbed the railing, and before I even got to put my foot on the step, they're like, hey, police, we just want to talk to you real quick. I'm like, y'all called the police and them niggas was already on the block. Because how the fuck they get in the house that fast? When the police station is 5 to 7 minutes. And if they speed, maybe 3, but how the fuck they get here in 1? Literally 1. Less seconds max, bro. Meaning the other bitch saw I was mad and called the police before the staff even got to call the police. The bitch that's in here called the police before I even got the nurse suit, but she wants to sit up in here and think she bold. Like, I won't drag her ass too. Anyway, Brittany Williams. Anyway, oh, English, no English, no English. Yeah. So, and she got the same exact laugh. That's the funny part. She looks the same. She already looks Mexican, and she is like Spanish. She just think I don't know that. Nigga, I know your dad. I knew your dad before I even knew you. So the fuck. Anyway. So, and then it confirmed it when I went to your house, and your dad was like, oh yeah, like, I knew your mom since back in the day, and I'm like, exactly, because I used to walk with my mom, and I used to see this nigga all the time. Yeah, when you had the 4-wheelers and shit that day, what was it? I don't even remember why I was over there. We was drinking though. I don't even think I drank like that, because I didn't know if I was gonna drive or not. I don't remember. I think we all drank. I didn't go home, but nigga, the one that was driving didn't drink that much. She drank like 1 beer, 1 shot, some shit. But I know I didn't drink that much, but I drank it. You know what I'm saying? I drink, period. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I didn't drink. I don't remember. Maybe I didn't drink because I think she was drinking and I was like, fuck it, I'll drive or some shit. And I didn't even end up driving or something. She's like, fuck it. She's like, no, I'm good enough to drive. I'm like, alright, I bet. I'm like, I only seen you drink like not that much anyway. So you be alright. My dad drinks more than that anyway. And it's funny because I don't get in the car with people that drink. But yeah, real life plan, real case. Yeah, so someone realized it was a real life plan on both ends. Like, I tried to kill that, or they tried to kill me and I tried to kill their ass. I'm also getting real. Something about my reels. They saw my reel TikTok. I heard Jamaica Center. And then I heard Draxi. Yeah. Then real. Case. They know something. The case is real. I'm also getting this is why someone's not coming back because they know they're on investigation and they're fucked. Yeah, but real life plan, real case. What was I gonna say? I'm also getting like someone knows the case is real. They're just gonna act like it's not. I heard everybody knows, but they're still gonna play dumb, including me. Yeah, case. I'm also getting Casey. Like someone saying, oh, there's a Casey, but someone has a briefcase, and there's like a case. Like it's not a name. I'm also getting when I did the last reading, it wasn't about the Casey that I lived by. Like he might be involved, but I'm getting like Casey, like yo, the neighborhood's got a Casey, bro, because it literally says Casey, and then it says cases, Macy's, mom. Yeah, case real. And then oh yeah, I'm getting to that because that actually falls in alignment too. Yeah, Wi-Fi router, power, FBI, surveillance, Vale Street Cemetery, which is crazy because every time I was sleeping in the cemetery, the police, I would nod off on K2, wake up, and then the police would be watching me. I'm like, yo, and I know I have good intuition, so I know nothing's gonna happen in my sleep because I'll just wake up. I don't wake up out of my sleep. That's how I know someone's around me. I literally don't. Like, if I go to sleep, I go to sleep. I only wake up if someone's watching me or trying to do something to me or my shit. Literally. So, I woke up, right? I nodded off. It was by accident. Because every other time I don't go to sleep. I was so tired. Because I didn't sleep the other night. Because I was doing, I was talking to myself all night. In the dark. In the middle. Meanwhile, Vale Cemetery. Meaning it's a park. You go to the other side, it's a cemetery. And there's a lake in there. Meanwhile, niggas think I can't swim. So anyway, so even if I couldn't, bitch, I clearly don't give a fuck. So my point is I was sleeping. And like, I woke up. And I'm like, damn, bitch. I'm like, the thing is, I had to know I was going to sleep. Because, like, I put the blunt away and everything. Unless somebody was nice enough to put it in my pocket. But that wasn't the case. Like, literally, I went to sleep. Like, it was like 5, 6 o'clock. Woke up, it was pitch black. 3 a.m. I was like, god damn, bitch. I'm like, I must have put the blunt away. Because I'm like, where the fuck it went? And then I'm like, I looked at my hand. I'm like, oh, shit. I knew I was going to sleep. Because I put that shit right in my pocket. My hand was on my shit when I woke up. Because I would always go to sleep with my hands on my shit. So I know where it's at. Meaning I don't gotta cut the wrong person when I get the fuck up. Because I had a knife then. I had 2 knives. And I was like, damn, I feel like there's evidence on this. But I'm gonna take it anyway. So I took it. Because that shit wasn't even sharper than my knife. My knife was sharp as fuck. So I took that one. I don't remember. I think I got paranoid that it was evidence. So I just ditched it somewhere. I was like, I don't know, bro. I'm like, I kept thinking it every time I like the knife, but every time I kept thinking about it, I'm like, nah, bro, I feel like that's evidence. So, yeah. And then I just heard just now, it has something to do with that nigga that died in the park that night. Look, and then it says 5:10. It was 5 a.m. when I woke up and I saw the dead body. But then I was like, fuck it. Even if he is dead, I'm gonna go back to sleep because I ain't know my business. I went to go pee, went right the fuck back to sleep like that nigga didn't die behind me, and continue to go to sleep like that nigga wasn't dead behind me. You know what I'm saying? Then I woke up in the morning at 6 a.m. I was like, oh my god, bitch, this nigga's actually dead. Like, I thought his ass cheeks was in the air. Like, I thought maybe he just knocked and he was just gonna come back. Or, like, he just OD'd. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna come narking him, whatever. But I didn't think about the fact that he's probably been dead for a while. So, like, and his ass cheek was literally in the air. Like, I'm not even kidding. It looked like he got raped. Like, literally butt raped. Like, not even trying to be funny. He was my age. Because I heard him cuss niggas out the night before, and he told me he was 24 or 22 or something like that. And I was 21, so nigga's pants was like down. Meanwhile, the nigga seems he's a functional addict. Like, he's my age, but he's a functional addict. Like, nigga does dope and everything, but he doesn't even look like he dope. But he's too smart for his own good. He's just like, oh, he's just going through it. Like, you know what I'm saying, nigga's gonna be off in like a year or two. He gonna have his own shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's too smart for his own good. I don't even know if the nigga really died. They tried to say it was suicide, but I feel like the nigga actually died. But like, I know it wasn't no suicide. Anyway, so the nigga's pants was down and his ass cheeks was in the air. And I started laughing. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, there's no way nigga's asshole is in the air. I was like, nah, bro. That nigga's drunk as fuck, just face down, drunk. Like, look, nigga just probably got drunk and passed out. And then I was like, looking again, and I'm like, that nigga gotta be like dead. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm tripping. So I went back to sleep. Then I woke up and I'm like, nah, bro, that nigga's dead. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just wait. If he's dead, mad niggas walk past in the morning anyway. So we just gonna see if someone walk past. Then I see this motherfucker walk past, right? And it's like, they look, but they keep going. But they don't even look like, oh, it's a dead body. Everyone's just looking like me. Like, oh, okay. It's like, acting like this nigga ain't dead? Or are we all thinking like, this nigga probably not dead. He probably just OD'd or he's just knocked out or some shit. Niggas just kept walking past. And I'm like, nah, something's getting weird. Then the little niggas that was at the park the night before I knocked, like they was there, woke up, niggas wasn't there type shit on the playground. Literally, these niggas, meanwhile, they're like 18 now, 17, 18, like, not now, but like then. Because then they come in the park, they're like, oh yeah, this is the last day of school, we graduating, da-da-da. I'm like, them niggas is that old? I thought they was like 15. What the fuck? Niggas got the ski mask and shit. They looking at me. Meanwhile, they kept looking at me like, bitch, you not scared to sleep out here? Like, I just could hear it in their head, like, without them saying it. They just kept looking at me like, bitch, you not scared to sleep out here? Like, you know this the hood, right? Like, bitch, I know you just seen the needle on the playground. You know what I'm saying? Like, type shit. I'm like, oh, nah, but... You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever, I'm going to sleep, nigga. I'll go to sleep wherever the fuck I want. God got me. If I die, I'm going to sleep. I'm supposed to die. So, pretty much, the niggas walk the way the body's at behind me, right? And then they walk past and they're like, yo. And then they look up at each other. And then they walk the other way. Meanwhile, they never walk that way. They walk towards the cemetery. I'm like, oh, nah. I'm like, they walking to school or they know something's not right. And I'm not supposed to be over here. I was about to bounce, but then I'm like, no, because it's going to look like I did something. I'm like, let me just see if the cops come. Cops pull in. These niggas come back. I'm like, oh shit. They're like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much, like, I'm not trying to be in niggas' business, but, like, this nigga's dead. Like, I don't know if he OD'd or he's dead. Like, niggas probably called the police because they probably thought he just OD'd. And then they realized he was dead, and that's how I know niggas didn't know he was actually dead. Because then once they said, like, I was over there, they made me stay. They made everybody in the park that was there stay. His mom, me, the kids. And then that was it. Then the random two niggas that came in that was talking to them the night before had to stay too. And, they stayed in there. And they was like, oh, like, where were you? I'm like, I was sleeping on this bench the whole night. I woke up. I'm like, listen, I didn't even know he was dead. I'm like, I literally just woke up and I just saw you niggas come in here. Like, I didn't know. Like, I saw somebody sleeping and I didn't think nothing of it. I thought the nigga was just drunk in the grass. He's like, oh. He's like, and then I think he connected the dots, like, oh, she must be homeless too, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, obviously, you're minding your business because you're just sleeping outside. Like, why would you be so calm to sleep by a body? You know what I'm saying? So, then he was looking at me like suspicious, but like they have a camera in the park and I forgot. And then I remembered because I looked up and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot they got a camera in here anyway. You know what I'm saying? So then meanwhile, which is weird because I don't think anyone really realized it, but I don't think people don't not realize it. Because I always forget until I look at the shit and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a camera in here. Oh yeah, there's a camera in here. But that's what made me think like the police, I feel like that's why the police would just go in there. Because they was looking at the camera. And what's funny is I see my sister. This is the weird shit, right? I see my sister. Before I was nodding off because I smoked so much K2. I smoked like 8 at a time. So sister comes. This is the first time I've seen this bitch in years. I'm like, oh nah, bro. Meanwhile, I didn't recognize her because she's so strung out. She's so strung out. Her face is small as hell. All I see, like, I don't want to say it like that, but I've never seen somebody so strung out in my life. Like, motherfuckers can be skinny and they still look like they're just skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, skinny as fuck. The bitch dead ass looked like a skeleton. Like, she looked like she was dead, or like, she already looked like she was dead. Like, she looked like she was dying, but she looked like a dead body that, like, is losing their weight and getting their meat ate off by the flies itself. Like, literally, like, she had no flesh. And she walked in, and I heard her talking, and that's how I knew it was her. Cause she was like, her voice, like, she just sounded like she was high. She's like, babe. And then she's like, oh my god, it's not. Cause like, bitch, I know you've been watching me for hours, but the thing is, I didn't care. I was like, I'm still going to sleep in here. I'm still gonna smoke in here. She gonna have to watch me, bitch. We in the same county. We live in the same county now. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying, you gonna have to kill me. And you want me dead, you gonna have to kill me. So I don't give a fuck. And I'm gonna have to kill your ass too. I don't give a fuck who the fuck we came out of. You gonna die. So you gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. So she comes in, and I wake up at 3 a.m. Meanwhile, this is before I even turn around to realize the nigga's dead behind me. Then the other niggas that was trying to be friends with her. Meanwhile, I knew this was her sugar daddy because she told me years ago. He thinks I don't know. Because he didn't know that she was talking about me. Or he didn't remember type shit. And he kept talking to me, and I'm like, isn't this the nigga she lived with that was mad old? But she had like a whole different nigga, and he was giving her money and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? But I was like, whatever. And then once I saw my sister, I'm like, exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm like, I'm definitely, and I wasn't fucking with the nigga because I didn't trust him. Then I realized who he was, then I didn't trust him. And then I saw my sister, and then I was like, not like, I still would talk to him, like, oh, you want to buy me a cigarette? Yeah, give me that. Oh, you want no alcohol? No, I don't want no alcohol, I just want a cigarette. Oh, you don't want to, well, I can get you weed? No, I'm good, I got my own shit. Oh, well, I can give you some money. If you want to, that's fine, but, you know, I'm not looking for it. Oh, well, do you want to hang out? No. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck, I'll use this nigga. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit up here and play stupid like a nigga's gonna give you pussy? Well, then I'm about to take that money for free and you get no pussy, nothing, period. You know what I'm saying? You can get conversation, nigga. So, anyway, so my sister came in, and then, like, I seen her like 3 times. Like, I woke up, fell back asleep 3 times. Woke up, fell back 3. So I knew this guy, like, hey, just, you know, she's still watching. I'm like, whatever, I'm going back to sleep. So, now, all of a sudden, I wake up, she's mad close, and I'm just like, bro, you're mad weird. Like, now you're here with your other nigga that you were supposed to get married to. And she's like, oh yeah, we're married, and babe, I would never do you like that, and I haven't seen Eddie in years. So like, I'm not hearing it. And I'm just like, yeah. She's like, why would you think that you're a little sister? I'm like, and then she just kept talking. I just started ignoring her. And it's like, oh, you wanna come to my house? I live down the road. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll just stay here. She's like, but you're sleeping outside here, my little sister. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, Zanasia. It's just like, why are you treating me like that? You're so fucking mean. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Go away. And she's like, oh, but this is my man. Like, you could trust him. I'm like, first of all, in my head, I'm like, I don't trust no nigga you with, period. I don't even think you should trust the motherfucker. But you want me to trust that motherfucker. Like, bitch, I was dead ass about to beat up your baby father. Like, you wasn't pregnant, and then you literally hopped in front of me like you're not pregnant to tell me, oh, no, don't do it. Like, I wasn't about to stomp this nigga the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. And then literally, like, the weird shit is, meanwhile, her baby father and then her other new baby father. I'm not even talking about the first one. I'm talking about the second one that I know of. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So I'm like, whatever. The one that she didn't even have the baby with type shit. So I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The shit got me tight. Meanwhile, I damn sure was about to drag the first one too. So I was like, oh, since he wanted to be a douchebag to you the whole ride. I got out the car. I was like, oh yeah, he bought this alcohol. I was like, you know what? I threw that shit right in his face. Literally right in his fucking face. The whole can. The whole shit was full. I threw the whole Four Loko in his face. I was like, bitch. I'm like, that's what you get for talking to my sister like that. And she's like, babe. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Now we going to Grady's house. Anyway, so then we walked around the corner. He's like, what the fuck, bitch? I just pulled off. I'm like, okay. Are we gonna hop out the car though? Nigga just pulled off, man, it's fine. Anyway, so I'm like, that's for my nephew too. But anyway, so my point is, you know what I'm saying? I don't trust the bitch. And then she gonna tell me her exact address, and I'm just like, great. So if I decide to kill you one day, I'm just gonna pull up there. But I'm not gonna go there. I'm not even gonna look for the address because it's gonna be hot because the police watch me all the time because of y'all. So when I decide to do it, I'll decide to do it. You know what I'm saying? 222 confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, the nigga was dead though. We had to stay there the whole time. They asked the kids mad questions, which is weird. They asked the kids more questions than me. So they must have thought, like, the kids was selling or, like, was fucking with the nigga or some shit. I don't know. They probably thought the little nigga they probably thought the little nigga killed him or something. But nah, he just got a bad batch of dope. Because I remember, like, the first night, the night before, he was arguing with the one nigga, like, oh, you owe me, blah, blah, blah. We're, like, you went with my money, but you ain't give my shit type shit. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna come back with your shit. Nigga did come back with his shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, nigga's dead. Anyway, but the thing is, he was sleeping a whole ass tent. in the cut in the woods. So raped before you OD'd, or did you get fucked after you died? Like, this is really weird. Because I don't think he died in the town. I think he died right there. But regardless, it's just weird. Because, like, nigga, did you get fucked in the ass? Like, someone's like, yeah, shit was really weird. Shit was really fucking weird. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, FBI surveillance, Vale Street Cemetery. Yeah, that's where it was at. And it's a cemetery as it is, like I said. Niggas kept trying to invite me. Oh, well, we got tents over here down by the cemetery. I'm like, I don't care if it's by the cemetery. I'm just not sleeping with a whole bunch of niggas in a tent that I'm not fucking with, cool with, friends with. Like, the one dude was cool. You know, I talked to him or whatever because he was a cool dude, but he was starting to fuck out. And he was crazy just like me. And I didn't have a problem. Like, he was looking at me like, this bitch is just crazy. I am not testing that bitch. Like, type shit, you know what I'm saying? But, so we just kept it, like, at a distance. Like, this bitch might try to kill me, I'm gonna try to kill her. You know what I'm saying? She might try and rob me, I'm gonna try and rob her. You know what I'm saying? We just kept the distance. But he was like, cool, like, he was like, oh, you can come around, da da da. I'm like, I'm good. And then I saw Nasia, and I was like, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm like, you know her? They're like, oh yeah, we know her, she's cool, she comes around. But I didn't tell them that it's my sister. They obviously know it's my sister, because she tells everybody I'm my sister, even if I'm not talking about her, even if I'm not talking to her for months, even if I'm not talking for years, she always tells everybody, like, oh, like, I hate the bitch, low-key, but I got a sister, just so you know. And I got a brother, like, she's like, she could hate you, and she's just making sure you know that she got siblings type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just in case you try to fuck me over type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the rest of the family might not fucking with me with siblings type shit. But anyway, fuck that bitch. Anyway, so my point was, I heard AJ. Yeah, that's what that nigga's name was. I know I heard that, though. Anyway, yeah, he was cool as hell, though. So, yeah, and then the other nigga that, you know, was like, hey, you should, like, the other nigga kept telling me, like, yo, you should go to the shelter. Like, he kept fucking with them, too, but he was like, you should go to the shelter. Like, my daughter just got in the, DV shelter. And I was like, is this nigga trying to, like, help me out type shit? Because why you want me to go to shelter so bad? Well, I'm clearly fine sleeping outside. Like, why are you so worried about it if you're not fucking me or even trying to fuck me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he even was like, I'm not even, like, no weird shit. Like, I'm not even trying to fuck you. I'm just trying to let you know, like, you should go to the shelter. Like, real shit. It'll help you. Like, he's like, go to Albany. I'm like, bro, I'm from Albany. They dead ass won't open my case because, you know what I'm saying? I just was in Saratoga. He's like, oh. He's like, I get it. Da da da. He's like, well, you should try it because they're supposed to for DV. I'm like, well, I am. I'm just not filing the police report. He's like, don't worry. He's like, my daughter didn't. She has a kid and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Shit didn't work out. And he'd always come and, like, visit. Like, if he saw me sleeping out somewhere, he would always, like, act like he wasn't good. You need anything? Like, I got you. Like, you need food? I'll get you some food. He's like, I'll go steal it right now. I don't give a fuck. I just walked out with a whole 24-pack. Funny thing is, so I try to walk out with that shit. Niggas chase mine and everything anyway. So, I'm just saying. I was about to sell that shit. I was trying to get high that day anyway. So, yeah. So, that's relevant, though. So, then it says rental, cop, raid. So, I'm getting there's a cop that's in a rental. I'm also getting, when I kept thinking niggas was trying to set me up, I'm getting that wasn't even the motherfuckers that was trying to set me up. That was the police, which is funny because I also thought that too because I saw one car, I'm like, I know they're 100% setting me up because this car has never been in this neighborhood before. Never even visited niggas. I know what niggas' car look like when they visit niggas, everything. So, I was damn near, like, we got neighborhood watch, but I was damn near neighborhood watch for my neighborhood house. You know what I'm saying? So, motherfuckers, like, was standing there, they drove off, and then the car followed behind them with the darkest tint. And I'm like, how's that even legal? Like, the car in front of them had tint, but it was like, okay, they can get away with that. But the tint was so dark, I'm like, how the fuck did they even get it that dark? Like, you have to be the police, or you have to have family connected to the police. I'm like, that's gotta be Destiny's family. And then literally, like, the car pulls off, and it was weird, because that's exactly what her mom's car looked like. But I'm like, I know that's not her mom's car. And I know, I'm weird. People don't know I keep license plates in my heads. Like, you could try and pull off as fast as you can. I already have the letters down pat, minimum. Like, my dad's license plate at GNU. Yeah. That's why every time my motherfuckers start skipping, I see a white truck, I'm like, oh, we gotta get low, bitch. We gotta get out the block. We gotta go in the store. Just pretend like we're going to the store. Just say we're walking to school. Just say we're walking to school. But the funny part is it was him, and I didn't even peep that. It really was him. And then he tried to pull off fast, and I tried to look at the license plate. I caught G, and I was like, yup, it gotta be him. But at the same time, I didn't cut the whole thing, so I'm like, oh, I'm probably paranoid. But yeah, so I'm guessing one of those cars that day, because there was 3 cars. Like, 2 pulled off with the one car that was, like, watching me the most. It was like a BMW. The black and the silver one. And the same car is following me all the time. So I know it's the same thing. But anyway, so sex traffic. Yeah, human traffic, but sex traffic. They do more sex trafficking than human trafficking. But like, yeah, so I'm guessing like that one car that I thought was trying to set me up the most, because he was like, my cousin was on the PlayStation. He's so fucking stupid. He's so fucking dumb. Like, he's already on the video call with niggas, and then he's on the PlayStation. He's like, yeah, she's walking out right now. You're so dumb. Like, you're so dumb. Nobody's walking out the door but me, bro. And you're playing the game. And grandma's asleep and Junebug's not even here. I also heard Junebug's dead. I didn't even mean to say that, so he must be dead now. That's so weird. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, this shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're that dumb. And then meanwhile, I'm already thinking like, this nigga trying to set me up. This nigga trying to set me up. He think he's slick. He thinks he's slick. Da da da. I look out my window. I look out the front window. I look out the side window. I look out my grandma's window. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, you know what? I go back to my window because I can see everything from my window. That's the funny part. So I literally look. Niggas forget that I can see literally the whole neighborhood with my window. I can't see anything as good through any other window but my window. You know what I'm saying? So I'm literally walking in his living room. And then I grab the keys and he's like, where are you going? Why does it matter where I'm going if I just grab the keys to go get the mail? You're dumb. You never asked me where I'm going anyway. Now, for once in your life, you give a fuck. The only time he gives a fuck is if he's like, oh, just grab some milk on the way, or like, oh, can you grab some meds for me, or something like that. He ain't say none of that. He was like, oh, where you going? Meanwhile, I'm thinking like, bitch, I'm grown now. You ain't asked me the whole elementary school, middle school, high school. Now you want to give a fuck? Peace out, nigga. I'm like, I want to get the mail. Like, fuck out of here. Like, I didn't tell the nigga I was going to smoke none of that. I was going out to smoke and get the mail. But I was like, since he gonna ask, I'm gonna go get the mail first. And then I purposely walked around, looked around the bush, because I know niggas can't see me, but I can see them. Niggas started creeping. So he must have said something. Or one of my other neighbors was like, oh, she's looking type shit. Now all of a sudden my neighbors come out. Now my neighbors go in the car. Now this nigga pulls up directly in front of the house. I'm hiding behind the bush. Then they try to creep up more to see where I'm at. Then they leave, spin the block. Then I go in and act like I went to go get something. Meanwhile, the thing is, before they even leave, I try to pretend. I crept around the side of the house and I went because you can't see. You literally can't see anything like at all. So I used to hide inside the house all the time. So I'll creep up, especially because I used to do that when I was trying to smoke, because my grandma didn't know, like, she know I smoke weed, but she complained, knock that shit outside my house. So I was like, whatever. So I try and go creep up in the house. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, damn, I forgot something. I'm like, patting my pockets, pretending, right? And I'm like, oh wait, never mind, I got it. And I walk back out the house. Meanwhile, I know I got my weed, so I'm like, fuck it. I like bust the shit open, the Dutch open, and then they like pull off. I mean, exactly. That was an investigator though. That was like literally like that was a summer before the FBI surveillance. Like, it was like December FBI surveillance. I left January. Like, this happened January 25th. Or no. Like, I was supposed to leave the 25th and then couldn't until the 26th. It was weird. Because it was like some shit where it's like, I was supposed to leave one day, didn't end up leaving until like 4 days later. So I ended up leaving after the New Year. So I left like January 2nd, January 1st type shit. And then it's weird because the 25th is when I was actually supposed to leave or something like that. And then something happened on the 23rd. You know what I'm saying? And then the day I left... No, I didn't leave. I left the day before the New Year. But yeah, like, it was weird because the day I left, it was like, whatchamacallit? That's when the FBI surveillance popped up. Niggas started acting mad weird in the house. I was acting mad weird myself, so I already knew shit was acting mad weird. I thought he was just acting weird because I was acting weird. But then I literally I was like, the fuck? I'm like, the Wi-Fi cut out. I'm trying to text the motherfucker like, yeah, you still coming at 5, right? 6 o'clock, whatever fuck. It's like, yeah, don't worry, I got you, da-da-da. So, meanwhile, nobody knows. None of my friends, nobody knows but the motherfucker I'm talking to on the phone. And the person that I'm going to's house. You know what I'm saying? Tell me why I literally go to my living room because the power cuts out, the light flickers, but everybody's power is working. Now, literally, the Wi-Fi, I'm like, oh, it's the Wi-Fi router. So I go, the Wi-Fi router's completely out. I'm like, how the fuck does that make sense? I'm like, you know how many times, like, the lights flicker and the shit comes back on immediately? Or, like, you know, we turn off the router and turn it back on? Then I'm like, oh, it's probably unplugged. You know, the PlayStation's right there. He's probably unplugged it by accident. You know what I'm saying? I look, the shit's plugged in. I'm like, that's so fucking weird. I push the button, the shit doesn't come on. The TV comes on, though. I'm like, something ain't right, bro. I'm like, someone just left their power out. I'm like, I look out the door, my neighbor's lights is still on. Perfectly fine. The whole neighborhood's lit up. Nobody comes out the house. Usually when the power goes out, niggas come out. Tell me why, right? So I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, and then I start getting anxious. I'm like, nah, something's happening. Something's about to happen. I'm like, the feds are watching. I start getting paranoid. I'm like, the feds are watching. I'm going to jail, bitch. I'm like, they're trying to make it look like I try to kill these niggas. They call the police on me. I'm going to jail, bitch. They filed a fake report. I'm going to jail. So tell me why. The power cuts out. I keep trying to fuck with the router, and then all of a sudden it comes on. And then click. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look at my grandma, she's still like asleep or taking a nap, whatever the fuck she's doing. Like, she's not like completely asleep. Like, she's resting type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I wanted to ask her, but she's like, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna mess with her. She's like, she looked like she's sleep, or she just came out of sleep. Like, she's trying to relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just waking up, or she's just going to, like, she went back to sleep type shit. Like, she woke up and went back to sleep. Like, she felt something, like, because when the power goes out, she has, like, a weird thing. Like me, she just wakes up out of sleep when something's wrong. So, like, the power, like, the lights will flicker, and she'll just wake up. And she'll be like, and I'll look at her, and I'm like, oh. Like, I'll just check on her. And then she so happily wakes up right then. Like, she just feels me coming in her room. So, anyway, I'm like, okay, well, we know Grandma's intuitive. Then I look, the Wi-Fi route is completely out. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go on the computer, the Wi-Fi route's out too. And then I look at my phone. I had an iPhone at the time. And a Samsung. No, I already ditched the iPhone. I had the Samsung, and I looked, and it said FBI surveillance. I'm like, what the fuck? Then Junebug walks in the house, but the nigga just left. And then he looks at me mad mean, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh my god, bitch. I got so sick. I was like, oh my god, bitch, this shit is so real. I'm like, he clearly knows something, because why the fuck? Like, it's like he tried to reconnect to the Wi-Fi too, because this nigga always, like, you know, he old as hell. So the only thing he got to do is connect to the Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing the nigga knows how to do. Nigga don't know how to use the phone. Nigga asked me to set up his phone. And the nigga just asked me to set up his phone a few weeks before that. So a nigga comes in looking at me mean, and I'm looking at him like, nigga, I ain't did shit. And I'm looking like, if you ain't did shit and I ain't did shit, niggas is watching us. Cause nigga, I know I ain't called the police and you ain't called the police. Cause why you looking at me like that? Why am I looking at you like that? Cause I'm like, the fuck you back here, and I'm mad cause I'm thinking you fucking with me. And this nigga's not home. And then this nigga leaves again. But he fucks with the food, and then he walks the fuck out. And I'm like, I already knew this shit was poison, but I'm like, so you just add more? Like, that's gonna make sense? I'm like, alright, whatever. So I didn't eat that shit. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just not gonna eat till I leave. So then I didn't eat it all that night. And then I did eat it, just to test it, and I was like, this shit trash. I'm like, they clearly put extra whatever the fuck that was. But this shit trash, I'm not eating that shit. It was like chili too. It was like mad thick. I'm like, this shit don't even look right. Like, he just overdid this shit. Like, put rat poison or some crazy shit in that bitch. But anyway, yeah, rental cop raid. And it's funny because that same night, or a few days before that, my last tarot reading in the house, I was channeling, and I was like, yeah, something about a raid here. And I stopped, and I looked at it, and I was like, concerned? Like, I look concerned? And then I try to make it not obvious, because I'm like, I know when I'm reading for somebody else, and I know when I'm pulling stuff for me too. I was reading for somebody else, but I was reading for me too. So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I just was like, fuck it. Like, maybe if I don't look like me, you know what I'm saying? No one's going to know it's about me if I just don't make a face or I don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? If I choose to talk about it, I choose to talk about it. But I didn't feel like choosing to talk about it. So I was like, okay, well, so niggas already got raided one time. So Junebug lives here. We might get raided again, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it could be for something completely different. So I was like, I don't know. I'm like, regardless, I already had it. Like, before I even pulled tarot, I just had a weird feeling the house was getting raided. I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm like, someone's trying to set me up, and they're gonna raid the house because of me or somebody else. Real shit. I don't give a fuck. Real shit. So I was suspect. So, yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck? Cause like, I know, like, you know what I'm saying? I know too many niggas that sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? I would middleman every now and then, like, but I wouldn't even like get anything out of it. It was more so like, that's my people. Hey, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want this nigga knowing that's me because I'm trying to, like, give him less type shit. Can you just go out there and give it to him real quick? I'll be like, I ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't selling drugs. I never sold drugs for nobody. Like, if I was selling drugs, it was because of me. You know what I'm saying? I never sold drugs for someone else, though. You know what I'm saying? And even then, I never really sold drugs. Like, niggas never even knew me for selling drugs. Like, they would talk about it like that, but they knew I didn't sell drugs like that. Like, it was more so like, damn, I need $60. Fuck it, let me go get my 8 for 20 and then go sell it for 40. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I got my $60. Well, then I'm not selling no more. You got weed? Nope. Smoke the whole rest of the shit. Like, that's why niggas never hit me up when I have weed, because they're just like, bro, you don't even sell it like that. I'm like, exactly. That's the whole point, because I ain't getting arrested for the shit because I don't sell like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid. That's why I never sold drugs. That's why I always did the same thing the same way. Sell for like 2-3 days and be done. Get the little, oh, I need $140. Sell till I get $140. Be done. Because I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a drug user, one. I already know I'm not going to want to sit here around drugs that I love. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I just need a couple bucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this for months. I'm not doing this for years. Like, I do that shit for like a week max, 2 weeks max, and then I'll literally be done. And even then, that's because nobody hit me up until fucking 2 weeks hit. You know what I'm saying? Someone hit me up, oh, I need a quarter. Oh, that's great. I got $7, perfect. Shut the whole shit down. Now I just smoked the rest of the weed. You got weed? No, but I'll give you a gram for $10. I'm like, I don't sell this shit though. They're like, but you just, I'm like, I know. I don't sell drugs though. Nigga, I'm getting high. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, but over here, homie got, like, you know what I'm saying? Homie got weed, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get it, but homie got weed. So yeah, cop, raid, and then Corey. Almost forgetting that's why he got caught so fast when he did that robbery. Because he was dating me at the time. And the thing is, he didn't tell me he was gonna do it. I like last thing I texted him, like I was like, I'm like, oh, you're a cheater, da da da, fuck you, I'm breaking up with you. He's like, all right. He's like, fuck you, bitch. He's like, you're dead ass Habib. I'm like, yes, I'm dead ass. He's like, you're not coming back. I'm like, no. I'm like, fuck off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you, nigga. Like, you ain't shit. Like, we could be friends, but that's it. And even then, I don't really want to be your friend for real. So, you know what I'm saying? He's like, wow. So he's like, all right, fuck you. He's like, Habiba, I'm about to like, he's like, I'm about to do something stupid, bro. I'm like, what? I'm like, nigga, you ain't about to do shit. He's like, Habiba, I'm going back to jail. I don't give a fuck. He's like, I'm going back to jail. He's like, you did not just break my heart like that. I'm like, that nigga ain't doing shit. I'm like, nigga, you just really, like, if you go back to jail, you're going to wait for life, nigga. You was not going to do no stupid shit. Next thing you know, tell me why, like, a week or two later of not talking to this nigga, right? Now an investigator comes talking about, do you know this nigga? I'm like, what? I'm like, who? I'm like, they're like, oh, Corey. I'm like, I don't know him. Because, like, I don't know him like that. So I'm like, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? It was like, do you know anything about, first of all, I didn't even know who he was talking about. Then he showed me a picture, and I'm like, oh my god, bitch. I'm like, this is real life him on so dumb. And I didn't even tell the nigga. I was just like, nah, I'm not telling the nigga. He's under investigation. I'm not telling him. Because I'm already being investigated. I'm not telling that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he's dumb, because why would you do that shit? You know what I'm saying? He robbed 5 to 7, like, this is already out there. Niggas knew when it happened, except me. That's the funny part. Everybody knew except me. And I didn't know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas didn't even tell me. Niggas didn't even happen. But I'm like, alright, like, he probably just, you know what I'm saying? He probably get locked up, get out tomorrow type shit. I didn't think it was nothing that serious. I'm thinking like, oh, the nigga got mad about me and beat the nigga up type, some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, like, this nigga had 5 to 7 felonies because of this shit. They called him, he said, yeah, we caught him in X amount of counties. We possibly have an investigation on 5 to 7 different robberies, minimum. I'm like, minimum, nigga. I'm like, oh my god, bro, I'm never seeing this nigga again. I can't even date this nigga again. So, he was like, do you know him? I'm like, no, I don't. But the thing is, technically, I'm not lying, because I really don't know the nigga. We just started dating. I don't know the nigga like that. Then come to find out, he was like, yeah, you're the last person he texted. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, that nigga was dead ass then. Because I didn't text that nigga for 2 weeks. Meaning, if I'm the last person he texted, he dead ass was like in his head. And then the weird part is like, I blocked him. So then I unblocked him, and then I seen some shit. And I was like, he texted me one last time, but I was just like, I didn't read it. I just scrolled up nothing. I just like unblocked him. Because like, I want to see if he texted me. And then it like popped up. And then I didn't roll up. I didn't go back up. I just saw a whole bunch of texts, like, wow, Habiba, fuck you. And then I heard pull up. He was like, pull up, Skinnack. I was like, I'm not pulling up. I didn't read the rest of the messages. I'm like, I'm not pulling up, nigga. But, like, yeah, that was it. And that's when I blocked him. And that's when the whole shit happened. That shit is crazy, though. That's just crazy. Now, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and then he got locked up. He only got locked up for like a year and a half. He just got out. We dated again. And then we actually, you know what I'm saying, like got to, you know what I'm saying, know each other type shit. But the funny part is I really didn't know him like that. Like we were going on dates and then we finally actually just started dating. So it was just funny because at this point we were only dating for like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, maybe a month. Maybe like a month and a week max, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's outside of actually going on dates and hanging out with each other and shit. And me seeing the nigga every day before I even asked for his number. So yeah, the shit was funny. But yeah, the shit was crazy. The shit was real life fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hearing he knew that anyway. Like, he knew I was under investigation. I knew I was under investigation. And I knew he knew. That's why I was like, I'm not even gonna tell the nigga. Because he clearly knows niggas is watching me. Because he's very, like, observant. Like, I don't know. He's very cautious, but he's not a cautious person. He's just very observant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like the type of person, like, he's just... Rental, cop, raid, Corey. And then it says save. I'm hearing he saved me. I don't know how he saved me, but he saved me. And then I heard she didn't know shit. And then I heard money, and then I heard money laundered. Yeah, and that's funny. Anyway, so yeah, save. And then rain. And that's funny too because I was sleeping outside, and the day that I pulled up to his house after I found out he got out. Because I was like, oh, I didn't know, like, where I was going to go type shit. But, like, I pulled up there, his family's house. And, meanwhile, his grandparents already knew me. His grandparents picked me up and everything before. Like, he was like, oh, I want you to meet my grandparents type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I met his grandparents, but, like, I still didn't know the nigga like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just because we started dating. So he was like, oh, I want you to meet my grandparents. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, my grandparents keep hearing about you. They're going to like you type shit. And he knew I used to take care of my grandma. So he's like, you know what I'm saying? His grandparents are mad sweet. I ain't even gonna lie. So like, yeah, so, and it said rain. And then it said save. Which is funny because I swear to God, I kept seeing police following me around. The days that it was raining the most is when I saw the police the most. And that's when I would go visit. And this is the weird part, right? Every time I went to go visit this nigga, it would start pouring and lightning. And then once I get there, it would stop. And the sun would come out and it'd be so fucking hot. Like, it would be hotter than it was before. And I'm like, that shit is so weird. I'm like, I feel like this shit is alignment. I'm like, I feel like I've seen this before, like a vision. And then I got really creeped out. You know what I'm saying? But like the police would follow me, like I said, like all the way there and all the way back. Meanwhile, I'm going to sleep outside. They would follow me, and he would feel bad. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? You're not even. I don't need like. It's not that you can't stay with your grandparents, but it's like they probably don't even want you there while you're on parole and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they don't not want him there because they love him, but at the same time they know he's a troublemaker, and they're probably like, nah, like we don't even want you. You know what I'm saying? Like I was not gonna ask to live with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he asked, maybe, but even then, I wasn't gonna do it for nothing but the fact of the nigga can go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, I don't want to live with a nigga. I don't want to live with no nigga I'm not married to, period. And then it's funny, because the nigga was like, oh, like, we should get married, da-da-da. I was like, I don't know, like, I'll think about it, like, I'm saying, like, I was like, yeah, I'm here for it, but we gotta wait. Like, we gotta get to know each other more. He's like, yeah, bad. He's like, yeah, we got, like, a family, like, ring. I was like, all right. But anyway, so, yeah, something about save here. Like, he saved me. I'm getting like he told the police like his parole officer was watching, and like the police was watching because he just got out type shit. And I'm guessing like they probably like questioned him like, oh, do you know anything about the situation? He's like, bro, she doesn't know anything about it and she has not mentioned anything about it type of thing. I'm also getting like something was an accident. He told me. I'm also getting the rain saved me too. Every time I went there, so I'm getting niggas couldn't follow me to his house that was stalking me other than the police. That's what saved me. Which is funny, because I noticed every time I go over there, niggas would follow me over there. And then motherfuckers would follow me to his house. And I felt weird, because I'm like, bro, I don't even want to date the nigga, because I'm making it hot for this nigga. Like, he didn't just get how many felonies, and he already had, like, 3 felonies knowing him. Like, the nigga's got, like, 11. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're, like, gone, but the nigga ain't in trouble like that. You know what I'm saying? He just got to stay out of trouble. Yeah, and then it says rain arraignment. I'm also getting, I saved him from arraignment. I'm also getting they knew he's a good person because I was still with him after. Because literally, like, he got arraigned and he was going to court. And he was like, oh, yeah, I gotta go. He's like, I got 2 court dates, but they already told me, like, I'm gonna be good. Like, I just gotta stay out of trouble type shit. He's like, I got 1 court date in this county and then I got another court date in this county. And I'm like, oh, okay. But everybody knew about it. It's not like nobody knew about it. Like, everybody knew this nigga since he was 16 from the first time he got arrested. You know what I'm saying? The nigga, like, deadass got arrested, like, for, like, he got arrested longer when he was in high school. Came out like 20. You know what I'm saying? So 21. You know what I'm saying? So nigga literally had to go through puberty in there. Anyway, so and then I heard mob. But like I heard I saved him from arraignment. And then it's funny because the day he had court, it was raining. The first court case. I didn't know about the other one because like I broke up with him by that point. Or did I break up with him? Yeah, I think I broke up with him at that point. Yeah, I did. Because I was like, I gotta go to rehab. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm addicted to K2. Like, yeah, niggas is like coming over, like everything's perfectly fine. But I was just tweaking, like, not judging me. He don't care. But like, I just felt awkward. You know what I'm saying? Because like, the nigga in real life did not know. Like, I'm out here like arguing with motherfuckers, tweaking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I casually go to his house. Like, I didn't just get in the shower at the fucking, like the men's shelter. In the fucking waiting room, but he knew that I was taking a shower there because I told him like I'm about to take a shower and come. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit was just really weird. Like he didn't know what I was actually going through. He just knew I was sleeping outside, and I'm some weird shit. I feel like his grandpa was purposely trying to find me sleeping outside. Cause like I swear I seen his grandpa's car mad times, but every time I try to look, the nigga would be gone so fast I couldn't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? His grandpa old, but his grandpa know how to drive. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, something about arraignment, leave. Yeah, and then I left. Leave, rain. I'm also getting the day I left when it was raining. That's when, I heard that's when somebody knew. Which is funny because that one day he was looking at me like, damn, I feel like she's gonna leave me forever because of what I did or what I'm doing type shit. Yeah. And then I saw something about vehicle. And then he was following me that day because he was paranoid. I don't know why. Alright, she's gonna leave me, bro. She's not coming back, Uncle Dave. Which is funny. He definitely told me that too. Yeah, left. Police. Traffic. Check. I'm also getting they're talking about me in a check. And me and something about trafficking. I heard drug trafficking. Check. So the police is checking to make sure I'm not a drug trafficker. So I'm around so many drug traffickers. They're like, there's no way you can't be a drug trafficker or a worker. You know what I'm saying? So they're just checking to make sure I'm not a drug trafficker. I'm definitely in drug trafficking. Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't even. They think it's so easy for me to admit it, cause I'm really not. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can ask niggas, like niggas like you don't even sell weed. I'm like exactly. Like niggas act like that's gonna make me feel insecure or some shit. Nigga, you helping me, cause I don't. Like what are you talking about? Nigga, you helping me from going to jail. You right? I don't even sell weed like that. What are you talking about? Like I didn't even say I sold weed like that. Yeah, traffic check. I'm also getting checked for a check. Someone's trying to check if I got a check. I'm getting taxes, and then I heard revenue. I'm also getting something about my stock market. My stocks, the stocks I bought. I heard 300. I got that. I did get the 300, so that's a confirmation. Movement. China bus. I'm also getting, they're trying to make sure I'm not a drug trafficker because I move around too fast, and I move around too stealthy. And I also get around, like, literally, I've been over 13 different counties in, like, the last year and a half. Like sleeping outside, sleeping in shelters, drop-ins, and even then it's been way more than that. But literally, like in a year span, I remember from when I left Glens Falls, like it was weird. I told them, I'm like, I told the police, I'm like, yeah, like I've been in 7 different counties. They're like, are you sure something? And I'm like, yeah, like it says something. Like, are you sure or something? I'm like, yeah, like pretty much like, are you sure you're not trouble? Like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like. They're like, why are you doing that? I'm like, because of my family. They're SDV. Like, it's a family. I wouldn't want to explain, but I didn't want them to think I was doing something because I really wasn't. Like, even when I was selling weed a little bit, it was like literally like high school. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like high school, middle school. Yeah, high school, middle school. So it was just like whatever. Like, so I was just like, oh, like literally, all they can give me is like, petty larceny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when I was in high school, they could have just gave me a petty larceny. That's what I'm not worried about. I wasn't worried about them then either. It wasn't even legal, and I still wasn't worried about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was underage, so I was like, they can't search me, and even if they can, it's a little bit of weed. You know what I'm saying? I smoke the shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna be like, okay, give me a drug charge or maybe like a petty. Like, I knew my rights because niggas used to always get in trouble. So we used to be like, oh, we'd be like, oh well, fuck it, that's an assault. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we motherfucking committing crimes, but we the lawyers type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how we the crime makers, but we the fucking attorney at the same damn time. Like, niggas get arrested, we're like, damn, man, you got arrested? They're like, yeah, they're trying to give me this. I'm like, you'll be good, that's a harassment. You'll be good, that's assault. That's pins. That's probation. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, and then I heard Delinquent Squad. And then I just saw Joey Romero's face from middle school. Something about middle school. I'm getting niggas was talking about when I heard run around the terrace. I heard run around the hood in middle school. Yo, I forgot about that. I forgot I was really close to that nigga like that. Because I forgot. I was really outside his grandma's house with him and his brother one time. I don't even remember what was doing. Oh, niggas fought. Yo, I forgot that was a whole ass memory. There was like fucking 20-something people deep. The police came and niggas like scattered like rats. Niggas was like, oh, fight. Niggas didn't want to fight. He was like, fuck it. I don't even remember what that was about. I think it was Ashanti. Yeah, it was Ashanti. I was at my cousin's house and I was like, she was like, I'm like, listen, I'm about to go outside. Like, I was watching the kids. I just was like, I was just saying that because I was bored type shit. And then I was like, fuck it. Bitch, we in the project. It was like the hood then. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was actually ghetto as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, all the hood niggas got kicked out. So it's not even like hood no more. It's just some projects. So like, niggas like left. And then I went over to like, they were like, oh, you in the terrace? They're like, slide. So it was like, everyone was like, yo, you in the terrace? Like, fuck it. Like, let's hang out. So I was just hanging out with Shanti. And then we started like linking up with mad niggas. Niggas like, it was just mad ghetto, bro. Town. Oh, I'm getting something about a concert too. Because I said take it to town in a time period. I'm getting something about when y'all went to a concert. I didn't go to a concert, but I'm getting something about when y'all went to a concert. And then I heard YC. And then I heard you say. I'm getting Zayd too. Y'all went to a concert together? I don't know. And then I heard Luke Bryant. And then I heard a festival, like when they be doing the Luke Bryan and all them niggas, the country shit, like, and everybody just go there and do bad drugs type shit. Yeah, that shit. I'm also getting, that's why someone thought I was drug trafficking too, because niggas hit me up talking about some, like, you know how niggas be like, yo, I got it, and then they be like, yo, there's a concert, like, I'm selling that, because niggas would like, niggas would know, niggas going to a concert where there's a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying, Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg, niggas went to the concert and was selling butt up in that bitch, even though they got searched and everything, you know what I'm saying, niggas is not stupid, niggas know how to make money, this nigga made money so well, this nigga came, I'm not gonna lie, clap it up for this nigga came to deliver a gram on a bike. Like, I wasn't on the other side of town. I was like, after that, I'm like, the fuck with my nigga, though. Because I'm like, nigga real life pulled up on the bike when niggas act like they can't deliver in a whole whip and got a full-time job. And then I'm like, you know, fuck you, nigga. That's why I'm going to the motherfucking other plot. Or that's why I'm going to ask my cousin for weed and get it for free anyway, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, fuck y'all niggas. But yeah, something about a V, a car, a ticket, town. I'm also getting when Vic was driving Reese's car tonight. Oh my god, that makes so much more sense. Cause we was in we got pulled over in the parking lot of the fucking concert place. It was like it was like 2 summers ago. Cause I was supposed to be driving, but he wanted to drive. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he started driving. I'm getting something about that, and he just let us all go. And we're just like, cause, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, how did that even, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did that even happen? But I'm getting like something like about that, like, because I wasn't driving, and they saw me driving, I heard. But I had a permit, so it's not like it was illegal. She was teaching me how to drive. And then, even then, like, I knew how to, she was like, you don't even really need to be taught. She's like, I was just like, you could, like, it was just pretty much like, she's like, you know how to drive, like, just like, you know what I'm saying, just drive. Like, if I need help, just ask her, like, but even then, she would just, like, just drive the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop asking me shit, just drive the car. If you need help, let me know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Yeah, even if she want to drink, she just let me drive. Let me see. Arraignment, leave, left. I'm also getting the police to talk about how I left Corey. So they're questioning him about something. I heard drugs. And then I heard politics, politicians. Traffic. Drug trafficking. And then I heard. Like, someone heard something, so they're like, heard. So I'm getting, like, he's telling the police he heard something about drug trafficking. And a check. I'm also getting check K. Like, they're trying to check me for drugs. Which is funny, because they kept, when I got arrested the other day, they kept checking me mad much. I'm like, bro, do you think I have drugs or some shit? I don't got drugs, bro. I'm telling you right now, I don't got drugs. Like, I'm like, they're like, I need drugs. But they asked me like 3 times. I'm like, nigga, I'm broke. I know you just seen the money in my wallet. Pulling my ID. Trust me, if I had drugs, nigga, you would see it anyway, because you searching me. You know what I'm saying? You think I just hid it in my booty hole before y'all came? No. First of all, y'all gonna get high with me. Shit. Because, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, first of all, I was getting that money. So if I was trying to ask for money and I did go buy drugs, you ain't throwing the drugs out after I just damn near got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I just did too much work for that shit, nigga. Fuck you talking about you got drugs. Nigga, yeah, I'm gonna need the drugs now. What are you talking about? Obviously, I need that shit. And he's like, oh, you sure you don't got no pills, no nothing sharp? I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? But even then, they still ask me bad times, like, you don't have drugs? I'm like, no. Like, I get it. Like, them niggas be seeing me tweaking. They probably was like, there's no way you're just out here tweaking off of just sober. I was really sober. Like, I didn't even smoke weed that night. I think I smoked weed in the morning, but I didn't smoke weed that night. Like, I literally smoked like a Lucy. I picked cigarette butts off the ground and rolled up a cigarette right before I got on the train. And I was on the train for like 8 hours minimum. So I know, actually no, 8 hours is that before they came and arrested me. So I know, like, you know what I'm saying, niggas was not high, niggas was not drunk, none of that. I drank the day before that. Not the day before I got arrested, because that's technically the night, you know what I'm saying? But the night before I left to get on the train, before I got arrested the next day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, movement. I'm also getting, they keep thinking I drug traffic. I heard scandalous woman. Because, like, I know too much information about charges and shit, and I just move around too much. But nah, yeah, China bus in Chinatown. Ticket. I'm also getting, they followed me all the way upstate, and I didn't realize it. I heard they were on the bus with me. And then I heard go Mexico. So I'm getting the nigga that was on the bus with me that was Mexican. I thought he was a cartel. I heard he was an investigator. Cause literally, I got in the China bus and I'm like, nah, this nigga think he's slick. Like, all right, we're going to Saratoga. All right, you get your little money at the track and come follow me after night. Do what you gotta do, cause I'm doing what I gotta do if you get close enough, nigga. Anyway, so yeah, China bus, town, ticket, e-ticket. Yeah, exactly, confirmation. Oh yeah, because I kept trying to pay cash, and then out of nowhere, now all of a sudden you gotta pay e-ticket. It's been cash my whole fucking life. My cousin even before when she was 10 years ago when my cousin lived out here in the city, she was like, "Oh, you should just come." She's like, "I'm like, no, you guys can pick me up." She's like, "Bro, just take the Chinese bus." She's like, "It goes from right there. Like, we'll pay for your Uber to get to the, or no." She's like, "We'll pay for your cab. Like, we'll send you we'll send you some money so you can pay for the cab to get to the Chinese bus, and then we'll just like have use the rest of the money so you can take the bus to us, and we'll pick you up at Port Authority." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not doing that," because I used to be scared because I knew I was pretty me when I was like 13 because I had really big boobs. So I looked like I was 16, but I was 13, and I've been the same height since I was 13, so it's really not surprising. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, she was like, "Oh yeah, da da da." I'm like, "Nah." So she ended up picking me up. So I'm getting so I knew about it. But she's like, "Yeah," she's like, "It's cash, beep." She's like, "Grandma can even give you the money and I'll pay her back when you go back." I'm like, "Nah." She's like, "Okay." She's like, "Be a scaredy cat then." She's like, "We'll pick you when we come out there." I'm like, "Alright, bet." So I knew about it, and the niggas from the city that I was fucking with kept being like, I'm like, "How'd you get here like so fast?" Like, "Nigga, I took the China bus. I ain't taking no Greyhound, nigga. I'm a hood nigga." I'm like, "Oh my god, bro." The nigga was from the Bronx, but like, yeah, like he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "Yeah, you should take the China bus though." He's like, "It's valid." He's like, "If you like the Bronx, take the China bus." He's like, he's like, "It gets closer to everything anyway." He's like, "It drops you off right in the hood." He's like, "Right in the hood," and he's like, "I go right in the hood, get my shit, and come back." Cause like he wasn't selling drugs; he was just simply going to get his like drug of choice. He just thought they had better drugs like out here type shit. So he just simply just get on the bus, come back. I'm like, "Oh, okay." But he's like, "Yeah, I just got this shit from out there. Like, this shit fire, this shit fire." He's like, "Oh yeah, and I just got me some shit from up the block too. So we about to smoke this and see how it smoke." I'm like, "Alright, I just got me an eighth." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Alright, bet." So we about to be late. He's like, "I'm about to get some alcohol too. We're gonna watch the movie." I'm like, "Alright." He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna back out, and we gonna back out." This nigga's annoying. Anyway, yeah. I'm also hearing that's why he stopped fucking with me, because he knew I was under investigation. Which is funny, because I knew that. Because not for nothing, I felt that nigga himself was under investigation. Come on, these niggas already watching me live, but I feel like they watching your ass too. I don't know. But the nigga, you know what I'm saying? It would not make sense because the nigga brought me to Trap House. We wasn't even getting high. He just knew, like, he was just living there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his friends so happened to live there, so he just lived there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so China bus, town, ticket. I'm also saying that's why I can't pay for the shit cash in Schenectady no more. Cause they want to track who's getting on the bus and who's following me. Cause literally nobody followed me this time when I came all the way back. That's how I knew the feds did that shit. Cause I was like, it's an e-ticket, and on top of that, now all of a sudden the fucking nobody's on the bus, but everybody be ready to pile up on the bus, 30 niggas deep. You know what I'm saying? Investigation, stop. Oh, investigated, stop. So they stopped investigating why I keep moving around so much or how I keep moving back. Because the first time I moved, I was on the Greyhound. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like cheap local buses. So it's like really not hard to move around. But yeah, stop. I'm also getting they stopped investigating me because they realized I wasn't a suspect. They realized I wasn't a victim. I'm getting like, they realized I was. We know this bitch is gonna kill them because they won't stop fucking with her. But at the same time, oh, that's what it is. They stopped investigating. Like, okay, this bitch is gonna. They thought I was. Unless they touched me, they thought I was actually gonna kill them. So they stopped investigating at one point, and then started it back again. I'm also hearing they're trying to keep me out of trouble. That's why they keep stopping. Yeah, Saved by the Bell, confirmation, and then it says dinner. I'm also getting, they notice I stay out of trouble when I'm in the shelter. And I shut the fuck up when I'm in the shelter. I'm hearing the issue is when I'm homeless and I'm outside and I start tweaking and start doing drugs. That's what I heard. And then I just saw me like bugging out on Central Ave off the Molly. Like, I was bugging out so much, I damn near looked like that bitch that was running around fighting the damn demons when she was high on Facebook, and then she started rolling around. And they're like, "Oh, you need some milk." They put the sound behind it. Yeah. That shit. Like, that's what I damn near look like. But the difference is I was hearing voices and I was really about to kill my family. And I was like, I'm too close to be, like, paranoid like that. That's why I was like, I'm going to rehab, bro. For an actual reason this time. Because, like, I can't get high and enjoy the shit. I'm just going to get paranoid and want to kill the niggas. You know what I'm saying? And then I just saw the sheriff's face. I'm like, this nigga ain't arresting me inside. I'm taking them shits now. I ate all 3 of them shits in front of him. But I thought I was slick. I was like, let me, like, and I was like, I didn't really care if he saw it, but I was trying to make it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how, like, they don't really care, like, okay, drink, but, like, can you go over there type shit? Because you know I'm going to have to give you a ticket. So it was, like, kind of like, okay, like, let me just but I was bugging, so I just made it mad obvious. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm getting that's all. I heard just a few cars and that's it. Yeah, someone's hiding here. I'm also getting, they realize they're logging me. They're keeping a log on the time I leave, the time I get somewhere, how many times I leave, the times I leave when I go to get food, the times I leave when I eat, the time I actually eat, the time I text people, the time I use my phone, the time I use my phone because I don't use my phone, I heard. I'm also getting the investigator can't keep up with like tapping my phone because, and then I saw J-Dog. Exactly, he's an investigator. Log. I'm also getting, he was keeping a log on me. Because one night I woke up and the nigga was walking past me. Because like I said, my intuition tells me. I woke up, my ear was ringing, the nigga was walking past me. I'm like, yo, he's like, yo, you want to smoke? I just got some K2. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, I don't know why that matters. Anyway, so yeah. So, G, PP. Yeah, it never does. It shouldn't be your business anyway because you're in mine.
I asked you a question.
It doesn't matter. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Oh, because you're drunk now, it matters? It doesn't matter. Anyway. So what I was talking about is J-Dog. So
I'm not these people. So whoever
anyway, so I'm gonna just pull these random cards and act like this bitch not talking to me. So
this bitch.
Agent.
You know fuck you, bitch.
Something about loser.
Like I'm coming in respect.
Didn't even talk like this. You know leave. It says leave here. Kenzie.
I will leave alone. Ask me a question, respect me. And then you call me a bitch. You know
yeah, someone's not a thief here. Recipe. Someone cooks. Or crack. And then lit. Someone's French. I'm also getting Haitian. Something's open. A portal. Awareness. I'm also getting. What was I saying? I was saying, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. They realize I'm not a problem in the shelter. That just proved my point even more, so thanks. Anyway, so, what was I talking about? Oh, they was keeping a log. They're realizing I'm hiding. Oh my gosh, bro. It says hiding killer. Illusion. S. Crip. They're realizing I'm hiding from certain people, and I'm only hiding at certain times on certain days. Like, I don't just hide. Like, I'm always out in the open, and then I'm hearing they log and who's around me when I hide. I heard Schenectady only. Life. Rain. Yeah, I'm also getting they were logging who was following me the most when I was walking to this nigga's house. That's when they realized that person was trying to kill me. I heard, why are you trying to kill her if she's going to her boyfriend's house? He will kill you himself. That's what I heard. And then I heard Glock. And then I heard illegal Glock. But like, I don't know why. I don't know if that has anything to do with him though. I'm getting they just know someone in his family has that. So they're like, obviously the motherfucker will kill you type shit, you know what I'm saying? But it has nothing to do with him though. Like it does, it has something to do with family, but not him. Yeah, and then it falls out. Roman Reloaded. Exactly, done. Florida writer. Florida. Yeah, so my family. Yeah. Nicki Minaj. I'm also getting Minaj, like, threesome. Like, cause isn't that, like, Minaj J. Or some stupid shit? Va Va Voom. I'm also getting something about Nicki Minaj. They're aware of Nicki Minaj. I heard doing. Rider. Florida. Yeah, they're trying to ride for my family. They're aware of Nicki trying to ride for my family. Yeah, eat or munch. They're like, why is he gonna do... Like, they're like, okay. So someone's not a munch. But they're like, why is someone gonna do something if they're... Like, you know what I'm saying? They're fucking the bitch. Especially when they already fucked the bitch that much and they're dating. I'm also hearing, why would she do that? If she literally... I heard Liz with the nigga. So I'm getting Eli. Yeah, and then it says Mr. Yeah, because... And then that's funny because he told the niggas at his job about his wife. Yeah, right time, 30, and he's 33. PTSD, records, OJ, rotting. So someone's gonna rot in jail because they got, instead of like getting away with it, they got caught with evidence. I'm also getting, someone got caught on my birthday trying to fucking kill me, I heard. But the thing is, they didn't know I was with this nigga Jay. And if that nigga's the police, then they definitely got caught because I was chilling with that nigga on my birthday. I'm also getting the park. The park we was at when we was drinking. Owner. 30, so someone has a 30 Glock. Yeah, Clevis. Someone's dumb. OJ. And OJ Simpson's literally, he literally got away with murder on my birthday, July 11th, 2000. I think it was 99 or 2000 or 2001 or 2002 latest. Yeah, time. Someone's getting a time here. Cleveland. OJ. Yeah, so Cleveland's getting caught up with some evidence here. Yeah, because there's a body rotting in his apartment. You know what's so weird? I swear to God, me and my cousin said some weird shit like that. We're like, looks like a serial killer. And he's like, I know, right? He's like, I'm not even gonna lie, I think this nigga already killed somebody. I'm like, I think that too. And then we was like, all right, let's shut up, because it literally got quiet downstairs, and we was like, oh nah, bro. So we just got quiet and we started smoking. We're like, yeah. He like, like niggas turn on the game, turn on the music. All right, pass it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna smoke for this one. We gonna smoke for this one. Yeah, someone stopped though. Someone's not a murderer or serial killer. I'm hearing this old shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone's not like that anymore, but like someone is like that. You know what I'm saying? Death log. Yeah, they're keeping track of death. Yeah, somebody's not rejected here. TV. I'm also keeping track of the TV, the times that they talk shit. And then I heard Sherry, and I just saw her face. Stop. Yeah, lethal, death row. Yeah, no regrets. Someone had. I'm also getting near state have a death sentence. Love. I'm also getting Eli meeting smoke. Yeah. I'm also getting they were watching us like when we were just friends type shit, and I was just going over to his crib and we were just smoking and shit and like drinking and shit. They were like tracking that, and then I heard 7, so that's a confirmation because I'd leave her. And then I wouldn't tell her shit. I would just be like, all right, I'm going to chill with somebody. You know what I'm saying? She's like, all right, have fun. She clearly knew I was chilling with niggas, but she was my only friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she's not dumb, but she was just like, all right, since she's not gonna talk about it, she might tell me about it later. She's just not gonna talk about it now. So I'd be like, yeah. I'll be like, I'll be back later, or I'll see you tomorrow. She's like, all right, bet. I'm going to do my thing. I'll be like, all right, bet. So then I go see the nigga, and then we go smoke or whatever. Yeah, some luck confirmation. I'm also getting lucky as a confirmation. I said Babby. Something about bad baby. Yeah, baby new. Yeah, Eli stepfather. I'm also getting. Oh yeah, his stepfather old. 41. Yeah, something about his stepfather meek. Daddy. It literally says daddy right here. I didn't peep that. Yeah, pasta. Oh yeah, I'm getting like you were an imposter. Like not pasta, but you were an imposter. Someone's lucky here. Master 11. Master number 11. I'm also getting 11 days ago, 11 nights ago. Accident. Someone said something was an accident. It wasn't. Yeah, that sounds about right. Motherfuckers when they do that. Oh, you know, now I pressed the bitch. Now they not so bold no more. Spender. Yeah, closed. Yeah. No, 40. I'm also getting like the 40th precinct, the 41st precinct, because that's the Bronx, and that's when I was fucking with the nigga when he lived in Bronx still. And the 41st precinct is where I was in the Bronx, by the Bronx shelter, the women's shelter. That was the 41st precinct. Because I remember I went over there because they told me I can't get my shit or some stupid shit. Because somebody stole my phone and they wouldn't go get my shit. They wouldn't let me look at the camera. So I'm like, can you just like tell the like DHS to like look at the camera? They're like, no, we can't. They're like, you have to go through DHS. I'm like, all right, fuck it. But like the only reason they couldn't is because it's not like I filed a police report or anything. They said if I did, then they would have to investigate it. But I'm like, I'm not filing a police report. I don't care that much about it. They're like, all right, bet. They're like, well, we can't do anything. Just know that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, something's not real here. Yeah, something's not. Someone doesn't not have something. Getting a kid. Because it's not in reverse. And someone just said baby. Yeah, Kill Bill. Yeah, I'm also getting my account Kodak Dark. 1800. Yeah, right hand. I'm also getting someone saw somebody was my twin, Sydney. And I heard that's my twin because that's funny because we had. Then I said like that picture. We had the same pants on and the same socks. And I tagged him in it. And it was to the point where the nigga even stole my Snapchat name. Like, I have Blaze Diamond 420. He changed his shit to Blaze Diamond 96. He don't got the same Snapchat no more. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he changed his shit to, like, mine. At least he don't got, you know what I'm saying? I don't got the shit, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Lyft. I'm also getting something about Lyft, the app. Yeah, that's being investigated. Right hand. I'm also getting someone realized they're my right hand because they always knew about something. I heard every time he snitched, he told something that nobody knew. So every time Sydney snitches about something, it's like, nigga, you're the only one that knows that type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, print. I'm also getting someone has a handprint, not a fingerprint, a handprint. X. Kill Bill. Yeah. Then I heard Geo. 5. 5 in reverse. 0. I'm also getting someone trying to say there's 0 something. There's pieces of evidence. And they're trying to make it seem like there's none. But I'm hearing there's so much evidence they can't even investigate. Because they don't know where to start. Yeah, someone was talking shit on live. I'm getting something about Destiny because I just saw her on the yacht. Yeah, mission 5. I heard 5 days ago, and they're her and I said that like what was it? A video I posted 3 days ago, and I was like, yo, niggas is so dumb. They swear they're stealing, and they're like, they swear they're so smart, But they're literally just Patrick and SpongeBob on the boat talking about Lily. Meanwhile, this is the Flying Dutchman and Mr. Krabs and Squidward. None of them niggas exist. They're not there. They're just dumb. Like they're just dumb. I heard someone thinks you're SpongeBob, but I heard you're the real tard. Yeah, too. Confirmation. I heard that's how you know you're a retard too. And then it's a SpongeBob. I didn't even peep that. Yeah, someone's a real retard. Yeah, two. I heard there's 2 investigators in here right now. Yeah, someone has locks. What? I heard that nigga's an investigator. You don't even know it. Real. A real and real. Mission. Which is so weird. I said, yo, I didn't pull no cars last night. And I literally said that to myself. I'm like, I don't know why I feel like this nigga the police, bro. But I was like, whatever. I heard just say it. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna say it because I ain't trying to blow a nigga spot up, but I heard blow the nigga spot up. So I'm blowing nigga spot up. I'm also getting someone needs a lift. That's why you know they're the police, because they're asking for a ride. I heard carpool. Hey, can you give me a ride? They're trying to investigate you live. I'm also getting, it's not my live that's being investigated. It's someone else's live, and that's why they're going to jail. I heard it literally has nothing to do with my life. It's literally your life, and then I just saw Destiny on the yacht again. I heard, how the fuck did you have no money yesterday and have money today? Yeah, job. Because that's literally when she quit her job. Rocaine, BWB. That's a Star Coke. Lineup. I'm also getting a cokehead, me. Yeah, because it's like, this bitch is going to jail. Oh no, someone's talking about how I got my fingerprints, handprints, and I left. Because there was nothing to investigate. But I heard they're investigating my baby father because he's a snitch. And then I'm also getting someone talking about like, oh, I'm a snitch. And then someone's like, period, but they're a snitch too. I heard they're a bigger snitch than I ever could be in my whole fucking life. Ordained. They're ordained to be a bigger snitch than I ever could be, yeah. Baby, Habibi, yeah. I'm also getting like someone's like, yes, thank God you said you're pregnant to the judge. We can finally end this. Courtroom. Snitch, period, courtroom. Ordained, beautiful. 20, booby. Leave. 2 brothers, me and Sydney. I'm also getting him and his brother. Leave. I'm also getting when I left his house. I'm also getting when I left my grandma's house because I was 20 years old. I stopped talking to that nigga too. The nigga was mad. He tried texting me, I ignored that nigga. I'm getting to have those messages because I can't get back in that account. Special. Niggas hacked my account. And that's why I know niggas dumb. You're so stupid, you and lock me out and expect not to get investigated. How the fuck I can't get back in my own account? That I have connected to a whole business, bro. Yeah, I closed the business and all that shit, but you still, like, you know what I'm saying? You changed the password and everything to all this shit that I have evidence to. About weed and shit, you know what I'm saying? But you're so dumb, you locked me out the account. Now you're being investigated because you have my password and I don't. You're logged on my shit and I don't. You're so dumb. You have messages to something somebody doesn't even have or even know, remember the conversation about, and nobody else knows about because of you. I didn't mention nobody, it was just between us two. You told everybody in the hood about it. How do you know? Because you're dumb. Snitch, period. You're a snitch. You're in Destiny. Ordained snitch. You think you're an ordained high priestess? No, you're an ordained snitch. Left, beard. I'm also getting Eli's heavy guy left. Or, oh, no, that's not what it is. That's partially what it is. I heard it's because he knew I was being investigated. But I'm also getting, like, someone knows I left him. And then they investigated him and he snitched. And he said, and it says, beautiful, my love. Rocaine, 2 brothers. And then nigga likes coke, so it's not surprising. So he probably was like, he told them, like, I don't do coke. It says courtroom, period. Like, she don't do coke, period. I tried to offer the bitch coke, she didn't take it. She tested it, but she didn't take it, and she told me it wasn't real. Yeah. 20, booby. I'm also getting I'm getting Heaven snitched so she could fuck with me again. But it didn't work out too well. Because that was my best friend. My last best friend. So anyway. But yeah. Snitch. I'm getting she snitched because she thought it was going to help me. I heard I'm doing this for Habubi, not you. Yeah, that's funny because I said 20. She used to call me Habubi. She was the only person that called me Habubi left. Because everybody else, I was like, no, don't call me that. But like I moved in with her. That was the first time I became homeless. I was homeless for a month. I stayed with her a month. And then her dad, dead. And he was like, yeah, anytime you girls need more food, just let me know. He's like, it's okay, Habiba, you can stay here, but he's like, I don't really care, but like, my wife. So what's wrong? Why? Stop! Don't pull my fucking phone.
Don't pull my
Don't
shit
pull my
either.
bro. But what? I'm not pulling your shit.
know
You can see the, bro. You know what? What?
I know, bro.
Why is she walking off though? Exactly. Anyway, so period. Yeah. So the bitch is mad because this bitch is just pretend like she just drank one shot and then act like she gonna get away with hitting me. And I'm stomping her out in this live. She put her hands on me. I'm stomping her out. This live ain't fucking active. I'm stomping this bitch out. Period. She put her hands on me. I don't give a fuck if the whole shot's on me. I'm stomping this bitch the fuck out. Anyway, so my point was, so Heaven confirmation. So which is funny because I used to play Sims all the time, and then this bitch after like being like ghost for 3 days straight. I'm also getting Gabby too. Gabby's only snitching because she's not trying to help me. Like it's like okay, fuck you, Habiba, we're not friends no more. But I hope the best for you. That's what I just heard. But I'm also getting she doesn't want the best for me. She's just doing it because she actually cares about me, regardless. Nobody's even doing shit.
What you mean? Everybody doing shit. You doing shit to me.
She's dragging the
I ain't dragging shit.
She just did that. That's my whole fucking shit over here. Why are you gonna do that?
You said the whole car.
Put it in the middle. Yeah.
And that's what I did. And that's what I did. But then she gonna keep pulling it to get a reaction. So I
shared
pulled
the
that shit
whole-
the fuck back and was like, I don't give a fuck.
All right, yeah, I see that. All right, yeah,
Bro.
Whoa, what is going on? How
Bro,
did it escalate?
do not.
Hold on.
Sit the fuck down and realize you're fucking
What the
wrong.
fuck you talking? I'm older than you.
All right.
Bro, I'm dead ass.
Bitch, you just suck a dick. Whole dick. Whoever the dick you talking to in your
I
face.
don't care about that. Just
I don't.
stop. Just stop.
Stop coming for me.
Just stop.
Stop
Leave my
coming
shit
for me.
alone and stop.
Stop coming for me.
Nobody's coming for you. You came over
I
here
can't
bothering
tell.
me. Go watch the camera. And realize
I'm
she's
about
retarded
to
and
watch
she's
the
fucking
camera.
because she's drunk.
So
You know
when the
what's
camera
funny?
tell you,
If she's drunk,
when the camera show
then tell her to go
y'all,
the fuck off somewhere else, bro. Tell her to go the
suck
fuck
my
off.
nigga dick.
Cause y'all know. So if I punch this bitch in
You
the face,
pregnant what?
Bro.
Pregnant what?
don't
Pregnant what?
Don't try to.
All right.
Call the
Oh my God!
I don't mind.
I know.
Tell her stop. Hey,
Come on, here.
I know I'm good.
I think you so. No, it's all right. Let it go.
I'm dead, bro. It's dead. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. It's dead.
Okay, stop. Stop.
Just leave me alone. It's dead. No, don't try to touch me. Don't try to touch me. Do not do that.
Let me get other old girl stuff. This your stuff. No, but this is her other girl stuff. Y'all not both sitting in here, so somebody got up here. Okay.
No, I don't care what you're talking about. No, ma'am.
Listen.
Hey, yo, listen.
Talk tomorrow.
I don't want to talk tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Can we talk tomorrow?
Y'all anything I'm drunk. Y'all hear my side story, but no. Right now, hear my side
You know
story.
what I'm saying? I don't
God.
want
You see that?
like, you know what I'm saying,
You
bro?
see that? But from a bum bitch, or I thought they did something. And
Is your math already? Did you wait until, I mean, 'cause I can't see.
Y'all heard that, right? So I ain't going to jail for shit. I don't give a fuck if I already got
Okay,
caught.
okay.
Bro,
Okay.
I just said it's dead. I wasn't even trying to have the problem with you in the
It's
first
dead.
place.
Yo,
If you sneak
we
me,
did.
I hope you know you're not gonna get just like this.
I ain't bothered you, bitch.
I'm talking about
Since I've
after
been here
this.
since day one.
You're lying. You come
Yeah,
over here and do that shit
I
all
don't
the
even bother. I
time.
don't even know you.
This time you're actually drunk.
I don't even. So how the fuck do I bother a motherfucker I don't know? But you put your hands on me. But then when it's
Bro.
Okay.
no, ain't no.
No, don't even.
No.
Stop. We're not gonna do that.
Alright.
We're doing that.
See you. Y'all get one with that. Get one. Alright, Campbell, get one with that shit. Yo, I'm gonna show
You
y'all.
said
something.
bullshit, bro.
I'm gonna show you.
You gotta stop spitting on the floor.
Man, fuck that. I'll wipe that shit up. I have respect. But no,
But yeah, you
I did nothing.
too.
But bitches think they did something, and I did nothing to no bitch. I don't even know that bitch.
Everybody relaxing now. You relax now.
Like I said.
I don't. Man, you
It's
ain't gotta say
bad.
shit to me. Leave the fuck alone.
But if you
Yo,
keep
bitch,
trying to
I
come
don't
at
know
me,
you.
even if
Alright,
listen,
Just walk away. Just walk
if
away.
I go somewhere else and you hit me, I'm gonna hit you again. I'm letting you know that now. I'm not gonna hit you for no
Hit me
reason.
first.
Cause you was about to hit me like I didn't just say I was pregnant. I'm pregnant with over 10 kids and you trying to hit me. Bitch, I don't even got a stomach.
Let's go to the office.
I'm gonna just come back. This bitch really just had me punch her in the shit, bro. I ain't going to fucking jail. Fuck that.